ability.
And then I'll make sure nobody gets hurt, including him, unless
Yes, good plan.
necessary. I can always throw a contingency on him. I think I can dispel it.
I mean, it comes down to a show of strength, and Brugar's fine with a show of strength, but I think that's less reliable than giving the guy some, like, form of payment.
Well, I mean, after you win, you can demand something. I don't know. Isn't that what you do?
I could, but I know if somebody wanted something from Brugar, he would say, alright, how much?
Okay.
We'll start with that, and if that doesn't, you know...
Can it just not be a battle of pride?
that doesn't work, then we'll have to do something else.
Kahanosa goes ahead and kind of like says, like, I'll arrange for you to have somewhere to sleep. Like, and he goes over and kind of shows you guys to, like, you know, a cluster of yurts basically. He's like, that's where you may sleep. But it's still
Okay, we'll
evening,
sleep there.
and you guys have, I mean, you guys are at the Shawanti camp. You can do whatever you want for the rest of the evening.
Well, we'll do some stuff, and, did somebody want me to craft something for them?
No, but did we need to commune today?
Yes.
Yes,
All I
what do you
remember
want
is
me to
wanted
craft
make,
for you?
like, a shoulder or
Plus
something. For
one
me.
scimitar.
Oh.
A +1 scimitar. Okay. I can get done, what? An eighth of that today?
So, do you need my scimitar forever until it's done, or can you?
No. Just hand me it while you're working on it, and then I'll, like, give it back to you when we go to sleep.
Okay.
A +2 costs 2,000 gold, right?
Yeah.
And I work at
1,000
quarter
raw
speed.
material.
Yeah, I think that's correct.
I
Unless you spend,
imagine-
like, a whole day on it.
I just need the +1.
I imagine that the quote-unquote raw materials is just the gold.
Yeah, it's just
Yeah,
the
that's
gold.
what the gold is paying for, is the raw materials.
No. Like, the gold is the raw material for the magicses.
Oh.
Sure. That's kind of silly, but...
Well, it's 1,000 gold in raw materials.
Right, that's what it's
Yep.
supposed to say.
Right, I understand that.
No, man, he's making a gold
I was just
sword and you're
teasing.
gonna like it.
That'd be cool. Cool looking.
Yeah, his sword's gonna be gold-plated now. It is masterwork, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So... I'll go... I have 1/8 of that done.
Wait, do you
I'm pretty
need
sure
your
I
hands for
auto-succeed that spellcraft check.
Yeah, I need it for Magus stuff.
Doesn't your, like, Magus thingies do that for you, though?
It allows me to. I can make it magic through Mega stuff, but that
Yeah, that stacks
uses
with having to
resources.
have more magic. Yeah, if you
Yeah.
have a better magic weapon, it's... Yeah.
Makes it easier to add features
Like,
and stuff instead of...
Yeah, if you go around with a +5
Yeah.
scimitar, then you can just start adding all these extra features instead of having to use it actually to increase your handsmith bonus.
Ah.
Yep. Okay, so I do that. I'm gonna, you know, of course, have the artifact back in the bag of holding.
Okay.
Did we use the star map today?
No, I try to do it in
I don't-
evenings so that it is unused during the day, I guess.
Right, and it's easier to remember if you used it or not that way too. If you're consistent about when you use it. Plus, it's a star map. It would make sense to use it in the evening, right?
Well,
Like flavor-wise.
it'd be pretty awesome if I was doing it during the day too, but I'm off consulting this star map, and a passerby walks by, and I'm like looking at the stars. Yeah, that star right there.
How many questions do we have?
What level are we? A 7 still? 8?
8, I think.
Yeah.
Do you have a negative level?
No.
I think we finally got rid of that.
Yeah, we did.
We got rid of that. Okay.
I have a persistent cat. Excuse me, hold on. I don't have anything specific I want to ask other than what these are yes or no's. Okay. Do we have to take hostile actions to make an agreement with this fellow?
I'm not sure, but if he's kind of like a mean dude, then there's a very good chance that we'll come into conflict.
I think if we have a member of his tribe, it's more likely that
He's an
we
outcast,
come into
though.
hostility. Huh?
Outcast.
Right.
That's why he thinks. That's why Amber's saying that if you come with a member of his tribe, he's going to be mad. Like he might attack you or something because he'll be like,
mad,
I hate
yeah.
my tribe.
Yeah, I think it should just be us. But I want to see if the stars know whether or not we have to be hostile.
Ah.
And that's really the only question. Tiki
Are you actually asking that
has.
right now?
No. Amber and Tiki, I think,
Okay.
are discussing the stars.
What you're
So
Gotcha.
one of the things that we can do is we can actually use Zerdurian's strategy to to do a hot and cold sort of thing for
What?
where this guy is located with regards to us, if the star map or if the deity knows. So like we start out with, is the person north or east of our location? If they say yes, then we go, is it more north or is it more east? And then we can get like a pretty good clear of like cardinal direction of where do we go
Can
from
only
here.
be yes or no questions.
Yeah, yes or no questions.
Well, I mean, yes, that's obviously the plan, but let's ask the right question first. So let's take a better guess of what direction we think it was gonna be, and then go from there. And I don't know. And I don't even think it has to be in order. It doesn't have to be like, is it north and then east and then south? Why can't you just go north and west? Anyways.
Well, if you ask if he's north or east, then if the answer is no, then you know he's west or south.
Well, sure, but anyways, we have plenty of questions, I'm sure, so it doesn't even matter. But what I would like to do is have a character discussion about what is best to ask first, and then work our way to that. Because that might end up consuming more questions than we want. I mean, that's kind of what we did last time. We just were correct on our first guess, but I guess we weren't saying or. And I don't know how this thing works with that, because
Were you guys having this discussion, by the way? You guys just kind of like where your yurts are at right now, or do you guys go?
Yeah, in our yurts.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know if you can ask trick questions like,
Yeah,
is it this or this? I mean, I guess technically it has to answer.
Yeah. So you guys are kind of sitting there, kind
Can
of
you
huddled
ask
up
it a
there, kind of
question if you
talking
can
about
ask it
this.
questions?
You can sometimes it occasionally will give you something more than a yes or no answer, but it's even then it's usually something like pretty short. It's generally it's more like a guideline though, but yeah, generally it's going to be yes or no questions. Sometimes you get like
Or
a
like
not sure
guidelines
though as
and
well.
rules.
So as long as the question is determinate, yes or no, we can ask it. Or
Yeah, I mean you're not necessarily. It's not always going to know the answer though, is the thing too, because
Right.
it
We're asking a being, and this being might not align with you.
yeah, it might either not want to tell you, or it might not actually know, or any number of other reasons you could end up not actually getting the answer from it.
What if we
I mean,
ask
it's mostly been pretty helpful so far, though.
region based rather than direction?
Well,
Like, is it in Varisia, or is he in Varisia?
does
Something
we
like
not
that, you
think
mean?
he's in this area we're in now? I mean, why would he leave the plains? We're in plains.
Why would he
Oh.
leave Varisia? Well, maybe, I think he means region, like Varisia, maybe means something closer to, like, cities. Like, is he near Kaer Maga? Is he near Riddleport?
Oh. Well, yeah, I mean, I think what Mantis and Zerdurium are proposing is our best option there. What I'm trying to get at is, are there any other questions that we feel are more important to get in first before we start going on a goose chase of directions?
I don't know.
I mean, there's other options, too. You
Yeah.
could do. I mean, you guys are in a Shawanti encampment, too.
Looks like Zerdurium's here. Do we know what he looks like? Do we know if he's alone? Do we care? Like, are there any more specifics that we might want to know about that stuff?
All you've really heard is that he was exiled from the tribe.
Mm-hmm.
Because, like, Kanoso didn't really get into as much specifics, but basically, I think his exact words was he said that he, rather than controlling his blood rage, like he let his blood rage control him, basically. So he did something egregious involving his temper, probably.
So, who exiled him? Himself or the people?
Oh no, who's exiled out of the people here. That's why that's been made pretty clear. He didn't choose to leave. Or at least that's not, if he did choose to leave, they wanted him to leave too.
Like him. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, granted, you keep in mind you're just hearing Kanosa's side of the story too. Like maybe he tells it differently once you find him. Maybe he says like, "No, man, I wanted to leave," you know.
Maybe that's what she
like
do.
they're like,
Ask
"You're
around
exiled,"
camp.
and he says, "No, I'm not exiled. I quit. I leave the
Yeah.
tribe. I showed you,
ask around
man. I'm so good." I mean, you never know.
Who would be able to ask around the camp?
I mean,
Kale?
Kel would,
I
yeah.
can
He speaks Shawanti.
Shawanti.
Okay. You can.
Mm-hmm.
So, Shawanti to ask them what happened?
Oops.
We're starting it this way, are we,
spend
Philippe?
a little bit of time maybe asking around the camp more questions about why, who, how people feel about that, any juicy details about what exactly occurred, visual effects and all. Anything really.
So you're asking about what? You're asking about what exactly? Are you asking about? Sorry about that. I was distracted.
Him being outcast, like,
Yeah.
If
Okay, so you're
people
asking
know-
about like the circumstances.
and how people feel
All right.
about it. Like, I want to see if there's different opinions.
Okay. Kel, what about you? What are you asking? Kind of the same line of questioning.
Yeah. Come on, bro. I'm a Shawanti.
Yeah. Okay. So Tiki has a hard time really getting much inroads, but like she gets a little bit. Like she
We're in,
does
like, a
get the
town, right?
feeling that. Well, it's not really a
No,
town,
we're
but like in a camp or whatever,
a
but
camp.
because they're nomadic. But yeah, you guys are kind of at a camp right now. There's a lot like there's a tribe here, so they're going around, going to all the different fires and stuff. They're had
Yeah.
kind of
I'm tribing
because
out
there's
with
still a lot of
people.
them up still. It's not that
Sometimes
late.
I show off my tattoo and talk to them to warm them up to me about stuff. I'm like, hey, look at my tattoo. Just got it.
Brugar attempts to win over the tribe's people with his stories.
Yes.
He probably doesn't
This
get
is how Brugar,
whole-
like, this is his end game, is eventually, like, everyone's gonna fucking know about him. He's gonna become a legend.
He's having a little bit of a hard time because a lot of them he doesn't speak Shawanti, so some of them don't understand him. But there are a few that do, and like some people are kind of like telling the others what you're saying, like or at least a rough like
To them, they're probably like,
approximation of what you're saying.
we've done greater or worse, or oh yeah, but
I
have you
mean-
seen
No, he could. It's kind of like a tough crowd, but it does seem like he's winning over like some of them.
yeah.
Yeah. Back to for Tiki, you're getting a little bit of like the cold shoulder, a little bit like you get some people who are like, yeah, he is exiled, and like they don't really want to speak much more of him. So you do at least get that there's a mostly negative perception of him.
Mm-hmm.
Kael gets a little bit more detailed information. So he meets an older guy who kind of like sighs and says like, yes, I used to think that he would be the next chieftain, but it was not to be, I suppose. And he kind of describes him by he's like, yeah, he's a great warrior. He was, I assume he still is, but when you are a great warrior like he was, you have like much higher expectations than the others, and you have to deal with the other warriors who would hound him and get on his case about any minor thing, and eventually it proved to be too much for him, and he snapped and killed one of the other warriors, and that's why he was exiled, basically. And he actually seems kind of sad about it. He says, I still think he would have made a great leader someday, but so yeah, he does. Kael does find somebody who has like a positive opinion of him, and he'd be willing to give you some other information if you have other questions you want to ask him about him. Like he's actually willing to talk to you about him. Anything else? Anything Kael wants to know specifically about him?
Does he know what actually he did?
Yeah, he got mad and killed another one of the warriors. He was getting insulted basically, and he should have just brushed it off, just ignored him, let his actions and his ability do the talking for him. But in a fit of rage, he went off on him and ended up killing him.
Maybe ask where we can find him.
Did it seem warranted?
I mean, he probably had the guy that he killed probably deserved a beating, at least, because he was kind of an ass to everybody. But I don't think he deserved to be killed. I do think he says, I do think it was right for the tribe to exile him, as unfortunate as it was.
Did he say where he was going?
That I don't know for sure, but I believe he was heading. That when he left, he was headed towards Corvosa. If he's still there, though, I don't know.
Rossi.
When did this all happen?
This happened about 3 years ago.
So he could be anywhere. Heading towards Corvosa, though, that's a direction
start.
we can start with.
Yeah. So I mean, you guys have an option now. You don't necessarily have to. You don't actually necessarily have to get the help from the tribe leader from Canosa. You could just go off of that lead and just be like, we're gonna go to Corvosa and see if we can find him. But granted, 3 years ago.
It's a long time.
I mean, that's the thing
Well,
too, though. Here's the
how
thing.
much
This
help
was
could
3
the
years
tribe
ago.
leader be in locating this guy?
Right. Yeah. The tribe leader might not even know either. So.
Okay, right, but for the star chart, we can start with the cardinal directions near the direction of Corvosa.
Or we can ask if he's in Corvosa.
Could.
What, Kitty?
Well, what if we just ask the direction of Corvosa?
Corvosa's to the south right now.
Yeah, but
you guys are.
that's 3
Right,
years
so
ago.
we
He probably went to Maga, and deep down, we all just want to go back to Maga. Or is it just me?
Oh yeah.
Alright, okay.
I mean, maybe he's just somewhere that I want you guys to go.
Yeah.
That makes
Yeah.
sense, right?
Point.
He can be in Riddleport gambling his life
Magnamar.
away. I don't know.
Maybe
I think
he's in
Pluto's master
Magnamar
plan is
now.
for us to keep turning around over and over.
Maybe. I just want you guys going in circles.
You know what? If he's in Corvosa, we've been there enough. I'm pretty sure I'm tempted to just use this frickin' teleport scroll.
Just teleport to Corvosa.
Why don't we talk to the stars first, and then that way we don't position ourselves.
Can you guys teleport at all with that scroll?
Sure.
Is it high enough caster level?
Corvosa's not
I don't
too far.
think
Are we
so.
too far? Maybe.
I think I can teleport 4 people. Philippe, it looks like you're walking.
Really.
You just walk with your dwarf buddy here.
What dwarf buddy?
I'll just start walking towards Kaer Maga because I know they're going to turn
sorry.
around once they
I
get
guess
there.
we have a dwarf party member. I was talking about Bramrom. Your guide
Oh.
who got you guys here. He's in one of the tents nearby you guys as well, but he's not really
Is he
talking
a
with you
dwarf?
guys about. He's a dwarf, yeah. You guys met him in Yanderhof, remember?
Oh, that's right. Yeah, he did lead us. Oh, yeah, I remember now. And he's a little weird too.
Yeah, he's a really weird dwarf that really likes exploring out in the in the sky and the trees and shit. Like he's a weird outdoorsy dwarf.
Not like
He's like an elf in a dwarf body.
He's not like in a mountain dwarf.
And he's like an on the mountain dwarf.
Yeah.
He got rescued by his backstory was he got rescued by these Shawanti and
At least he has a nice beard. I can respect.
Yeah. He got rescued by these Shawanti, so he kind of I don't know. He feels like he still owes his life to them.
What's the outcast's name again?
Hawashte. I can put it in chat for you if you'd like.
Yeah.
Brugar's beard on his token makes him look like he has a gigantic mouth, like if it were to open up.
No, it's
You ever
just hidden
seen,
under his mustache.
The picture where somebody like Zeus from the Disney Hercules movie, they remove his beard and he looks really really weird without it. I think it was the same with the whatever his name is, King Triton or whatever.
We got 6 more to go. Anything? My questions. Yeah.
Do you have questions about what?
I'm gonna talk to the
Finding
stars
Hawashte.
tonight, Brugar.
Hold on. Ask him if we're gonna have like any like great battles soon. I'd like to know if we have any yeah, heroic battles worth telling tales about soon.
Okay, sure. Okay.
How about we specify the soon as in like in the next week?
We should also probably have questions to ask if Hawashte is not in Corvosa or Kermaga or wherever we're asking about.
Maybe he's part of what's the guild that Philippe used to be, or the mafia that Philippe used to be part of?
The Sarni?
The Sarni? Maybe he's one of the Sarni now.
Could be.
That would be a weird thing to do.
I mean, it's possible. Maybe he wandered to Corvosa and they offered him, like, a job. And he was like, sure, I'll do that. It's possible.
We know he has no problem killing people.
Okay, I have.
Maybe he's really good at like
4 questions.
infiltrating with like I don't know,
4 more
clubs
questions.
and turning the club into a bastard sword.
It's something he can do.
What is Corvosa from where we are cardinal direction-wise?
Pretty much due south.
Yeah, it's slightly southwest, but mostly south.
Okay.
It's, yeah.
Well, if we get
It's
the answer
southwest.
to, well, I'm gonna narrow it down to one question, and I know it's gonna be like a little more vague, but we still have like 4 questions to ask afterwards. But I'll ask if he's near Corvosa, and if we get an answer to no, then we can start doing the northeast or whatever. But if it says yes, then we still have 4 questions to say in or be more specific. Anyways, I ask questions. I consult my stars.
This is the most excited Bruger has been about you talking to the stars.
So, do you have to use hostile means in order to negotiate with the outcast Hawashte? Unclear.
Okay.
Man,
Is
Tiki's
Hawashte-
gotten really eloquent recently.
Is
What do you
Hawashte
mean?
in control of himself? Yes.
Okay.
Will we have any heroic battles soon for Brigor to boast about? Probably.
Not even a yes, but a probably.
Is Hawashte near Corvosa? I guess it depend on how you would term near, but no, it's gonna say no. Not really.
Okay. Then is he? What do you want to do? Like, is he south or west of us?
Is that what you ask? Is he south or west of us?
Yeah.
Yes.
Let's try west.
Is he west?
Yes.
Is he alone?
No.
Is
Certainly not.
is he in danger?
Not really. No.
Okay, then they might be
That was
allies.
8 questions, right?
Yeah. So he's not alone. He probably has allies, and he's west. He is in control of himself, which means he's not being dominated or controlled or whatnot. Brugar, yes, you are going to have heroic battles. Unfortunately, I could not bring myself to tell when.
He's still satisfied, and he might even cut you off like the moment you say yes, you will have heroic battles. Like yes.
Yes!
You know what? I think he's over here. This sounds like a place where an outcast Shoanti would go.
Riddleport?
Either that or Magnamar.
No.
It's directly west.
I don't think he would have
That's where my
gone
pointer was pointing.
far. In fact, is there any other Shwanti tribes that he might have gone to that are known to be in the western regions?
Yeah, up here near Riddleport. The Horse Lords.
Oh, those guys.
Yeah, I
You
mean,
think
there's
he'd go that far?
there's
though?
there's the one where there's like the ones where Kael and Alias came from, which I think were kind of more in the like Vogscar area, I think.
The fact that Pluto doesn't know for sure where it is tells me that it's probably not there.
If that's how you interpret that. Alright.
I mean, there's also a lot of Shoanti in the Storable Plateau. Yeah, there's ones up near Riddleport.
Well, west of us.
There's ones.
is
I mean, there's one. There's
here.
basically. Yeah, there's basically a lot like different Shoanti tribes in a lot of different places in Varisia.
If we had...
They were basically the natives here. Like, they were here before the, what was it? Was it Taldan? Or Chilaxians, I think, that basically colonized it. They were here before the Rune Lords, too, though.
Oh. Right.
They were here before Thessalonian. Before Thessalon, or whatever was here, too.
Okay, well, we can all go to bed and think about it in the morning.
Yeah, let's take watches. Make sure these Shoanti don't steal my magical piece of... I don't know.
Magical
Cloud
hunk of metal. Sure.
Alright.
My +5 cloud metal.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna stay up for this watch. I'm not sleeping during it.
Okay. So you're gonna be fatigued, I think.
Yeah, that's what happened.
No, I don't mean like the whole time. I just mean like during my 2 hours or whatever.
Oh, gotcha. You're not gonna do the whole like I sleep the
I'm not
whole
gonna
night
do the
because
sleep watch. Yeah.
yeah, that you've been doing
You
for like when you guys are in the
watch?
inn.
Oh my
Well,
God.
I mean, I guess it makes sense if you think about it here because before he was in an inn, so he's like we're relatively secure here, but here you're basically sleeping in a tent. So I mean,
Yep.
he's probably a little bit more uneasy about it.
If you lived in the swamp, Philippe, you would realize you're never secure. Even if
Which
you're in
is
the
why
swamp.
Tiki has a perception of +0.
I'm a helpless little being, which is why I'm following you guys. Hi.
It's best to ignore the danger when there's so much of it around you.
When you are helpless like this, you find powerful allies. And then you cling to them.
Tree frog.
I'm actually a swamp frog.
All right.
You can be a tree
Yeah,
swamp
next-
frog.
Next morning comes, it's mostly pretty quiet the whole night, and nothing really disturbs you. Like the only thing you hear is every once in a while somebody maybe getting up in the middle of the night or something like that, and one or the other, like because I mean it's a pretty big encampment. So there's always, pretty much throughout the entire night, there's a little bit of like stuff happening, but not much. So yeah, the next morning, for Bramrom tells you he plans to leave like today at some point. So he says, at least that he wants to, but he says he will stay. He'll stay another day if you guys need more time here.
No. I think we're. Is there anything else we want to ask them? I think we have the information we need.
Can we ask them
I think
about
we're good.
Shawanti burial ceremony
Why?
in case Kael dies?
You guys already know
I
that
already
stuff,
know
right?
what Shawanti funeral ceremony is. Kael performed
all
it
the same,
with
though?
Elios.
I like the idea of Philippe being like, I'm worried about Kael dying. Like, okay, Philippe.
I'm just
say
saying
so.
it's good to be prepared. Do you remember everything that Kael did?
Rush out of my reach so that I can help him. Wait, who?
No, I think he meant about for like when you guys did Alias's like pyre there, basically.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, yeah, you guys would remember that.
Yes, Amber remembers all of that. Amber has a 23 intelligence or something stupid.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, there would be like breakfast available for you guys as well. That they're kind of the same spot where you guys got like the nice feast that you guys had basically when you first got here. They're having like a breakfast feast now.
Yay.
Cool, yeah, I'll partake in it.
And yeah, so
breakfast?
Canosa. Yes,
Basically
you might
leftovers
say
so
a
that it
a
doesn't
break feast.
rot, you know?
Yeah. And yeah, Canosa will come and find you guys in the morning.
Is Kenosa the
And
dwarf or the
Canosa's
Shawanti we talked
chief.
to?
He's the chieftain basically of this group.
Okay.
So he comes and asks you if you have decided what you're gonna do.
Where to go looking for me?
I'm going to try to inquire that if we were to leave the artifact with you, would you know where to find Hawashtet?
Should we do that? I don't know if we should do
He says, I don't know where he is now, but I would be able to help to give you where we saw him heading to, as well as something that would help you find where he is now. Although I don't think we'd have the means directly here for you to do that. It would probably be useful. And an effect of his.
I'm gonna try and
You
sense
could-
his motive.
Okay.
I'm not real good at this.
You think he's being honest, as far as you can tell, but he continues on and says we have an effect of his that has some of his blood, and you could probably if you were able to find someone with the right power, you could probably use that to help you locate him that way, using scrying magic, perhaps.
This is where we
Unfortunately, that's all I
track
can
down a
offer you.
Kai, and we just like beat him to the ground until we force him to scry on this guy for us.
that.
Oh god.
Is this seriously how Amber thinks?
No. I think Amber does have scry in a spellbook of hers.
I think I sent you that list of that spells. I don't remember if I did or not, though. 100%. I know you said you didn't really need it because you weren't gonna do anything with it, though, but I think I might have sent it to you anyway. If I didn't, I have it saved somewhere if you need it.
I don't see it, but yeah. Remember it had like teleport and scrying and stuff.
Maybe it's saved as a Hero Lab file or something.
Wait, Amber can learn from spellbooks?
No, not
No.
really.
Can you make scrolls from them?
No.
There was a feat that Amber could
Oh.
theoretically take that would let her, but it's kind of restricted. But it would let you prepare spells from a spell book as a sorcerer, basically. But you get you have to do you have to use like a level 4 slot to prepare a level 3 spell or something weird like that. Like it's kind of a nerfed version of prepared spells, but I mean for a feat it's not the worst thing ever. It's all right.
But sometimes when you just need to do this one time, that's not so bad. But for a feat, yeah.
Yeah, you know, it's
costly.
It's good for like those little utility stuff for stuff like situations like this, I guess.
And so
Right,
is Iron
but I can't
Will.
even cast scrying.
Or Greater Iron Will.
Right, you wouldn't have a high enough slot probably anyway, because you would need like you need a higher level slot than normal.
Is there not?
I
other
think
scrying
I
abilities?
think our star map is better than scrying can get us because scrying just gets us his surrounding.
Correct. Yeah. A lot of times
For
you
10
sometimes you
feet.
scry people and you're like, I can't actually tell.
And you might see
Mhm.
somebody's talking to, and then you can scry them, and I don't know.
No, and you might see a detail that gives it away, like, oh, well,
Yeah.
like that's obviously such and such
Like
important
when
landmark
I-
that he's standing next to,
yeah.
or whatever.
Right.
He's obviously standing next to the cipher gate.
Yeah, here we go. I found the spellbook. So yeah, it has scrying in it. It has teleport and true speak as well. It's kind of neat. Overland flight, sending, locate creature, Akashic communion. Which is a pretty cool spell.
So, if you took a level 1 wizard and now you can prepare spells, could you then do it?
No.
No. Uh, You'd have to be a
Yeah,
high
you
enough
wouldn't.
wizard.
You'd still only have like level 1 spells, but I mean, you'd get this spellbook. You could just use it. It only has 3 level 1 spells in it, though. It's got more high level spells.
Hmm.
I mean, this was basically Amber's emergency spellbook. So
Emergency.
it has cantrips and it has a lot of spells for like it has some really like kind of basic ones that you would normally have, but then it also has like a lot of divination spells and a lot of like conjuration, teleportation school stuff.
Yeah, it's for finding where my normal spellbook is.
Okay, well,
It's like,
like
oops, I lost
planetary.
it on the astral plane.
Right.
Whoever's answering my star chart seems to be okay with us finding this dude, so yeah, we can probably rely on it to get.
All right. So what are you gonna tell him now? Are you guys gonna tell him like, no, we're gonna go find him anyway on our own? Like,
Yeah, we're gonna leave.
No,
That's
I'm
really
going to tell him
diplomatic.
that we're going to seek the alternative option.
okay.
I don't
Had-
think we should
he
leave the
seemed
thing
satisfied
him,
with that.
though. We're
Yeah, no,
finding-
that's they're not planning. She's not planning to.
Okay.
That's the thing. So they're saying we're not going to go look for him, and he seems satisfied. He says, "Good. I think Hawashite is dangerous, especially if you bring that artifact anywhere near him."
Absolutely.
And yeah, he says he wishes you luck then on your travels, and says of course you're welcome to stay as long as you want here though.
And I'll tell him that we're planning on heading out here today with our friend. I forget his name because it's been a while.
I keep forgetting it too, and I keep having to look it
Bra-rom?
up. It's Bram-Rom.
Chain grip? Bram...
Bram-Rom. Bramrom chain grip.
Chain grip, yeah. Bramrom chain grip. So yeah, we're gonna head out with him, like, not super early in the morning, but in the morning. Let's go kill that drake that we scared off. Maybe it's stupid
Wyvern,
enough
you
to
mean?
try to think we're food again.
I mean, I'm not gonna go seek the drake myself. If it comes to us, then maybe, but, you know.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
guys kind of beat it in one round. I don't know.
Yeah.
If it's stupid enough, or hungry enough, it might.
You might have also gotten lucky to get that jump on him. He might have friends. And they're all teenagers.
That's true, too.
With, like, you know,
Do I know if
and
drakes
stuff.
like to hang out in groups?
It's not even a drake, it's a wyvern.
Yeah, they
Wyvern.
do, actually.
Same thing.
Yeah, wyverns,
I think 2 to 4 is common.
they sometimes will, like, roost in, like, small groups, but, like, they don't get into larger than, like, a group of, like, 4 or 5 at most. A lot of times they're solitary or in a pair, though.
Okay. Maybe it'll come back with its mate.
Or we just run into something worse. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe we'll have to fight a horde of demons.
Don't say that, Amber.
Hey, they could be demons
know,
and
sounds
drow.
Maybe it'll be Deklausar.
Alright, I cast Anthole on myself before we leave.
Okay. Any other preparations you guys want to do?
I polish all of my armor and like I do maintenance on my weapon and stuff because he's anticipating that that heroic battle could happen at any moment.
Yeah.
I'll of course cast mage armor on myself. It's a thing that always happens. But yeah, we head up.
I grabbed some
Okay.
extra rations from the food. You know, things that don't look like they're gonna rot very fast, and I grab them and put in my bag. And then we go. It's free food. They didn't say we can't take it with us.
Yeah, that's good. It's a good idea.
It's what you do when you go to a hotel, right? And you wake up in the morning and you get your, you know, breakfast.
Yeah.
You take extra stuff with you.
You take extras with you, yeah. It's Hotel Life 101. Okay. Yep. You guys leave basically in the late morning. Bramrom has like some stuff he's doing before he leaves. Like he's gonna take some stuff back to trade for them, like on their behalf in Yanderhof. And if you guys are all ready to leave, then he leads the way.
Yep.
Back towards Yanderhof.
Alright.
Which is of course to the west of where you guys are right now.
Yep.
Okay.
And let's get some perception checks from people.
Oh, you want me to fail? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I will roll
Sometimes
any
I like
percep-
to opt out on failing, but hey, you know whatever.
I mean, you could always not make the check and just, you know, roll a 1.
Yeah, yeah.
I like 48. That's a good number.
I don't need to see when I have Philippe.
That's so
Philippe.
dumb.
You get to be my eyes.
I have eyes enough for the both of us, literally.
So what we need to do with Philippe is we need to get a harness and a leash that that Tiki can hold on to, and Philippe will be Tiki's seeing eye dog.
I know. You can just give him a tail, and I'll hold on to his tail.
I don't want a tail.
Aww.
I heard Brugar wants a tail though, that he can
No.
tell people.
That was bad.
It would be so funny if we ran into a cursed item that gave Rugar a tail.
That would be very awkward.
That would be awkward.
That would be so funny.
Maybe that's what I'll have to do then. Have to give him one of those. Good times. Only probably not.
Anywho.
I'll roll that too.
Okay, so yeah, you guys actually make it back to Yanderhof. It takes you basically the entire day, but you guys get back to Yanderhof without actually encountering anything out of the ordinary. I mean, you see a little bit of wildlife and such, but nothing that bothers you.
Don't worry, Brugar.
Okay.
The calm before the storm.
He's anticipating the battle.
So
You should have us face something really stupid and mundane, and then I'm gonna be like, "That was it. That was the battle."
So yeah, Bramrom,
No, I
says
wouldn't.
his farewell to you guys. Says, "Let me know if you ever need my help to get to them again." I can't promise for sure that I'll be able to. If you can't find me here, it means I'm already probably over there or with them. But if you find me again and need help there, I'll be happy to help again.
I'm not
Alright,
sure
yep, I
we
wish him well.
need them again, but perhaps if we do.
Don't tell him that.
Well, no, it's fine. He knows.
Yeah, he says, "I hope you found what you were looking for."
We sorted.
We got put in a better direction.
I have a
It's
hunch.
led us to something else we're looking for now.
I'm not sure if my hunch is correct, but next time we use the star map, I want to ask if he's within 20 miles of the Verisian Gulf.
Specifically 20 miles. Radius?
No, 20 miles, like, the
20 miles of
Gulf
the
is a
coastline.
huge frickin' water mass. So
Yeah.
if he's within 20 miles of its shores.
Yeah, then you'd know if he's in Magnamar, Sandpoint, Weirdleport, Grancus, Windsong Abbey, the Fogscar Mountains,
Okay.
depending on which part of it.
I mean, yeah. And then we're gonna
It's
go
a wide
from
area,
that.
but
It eliminates a huge chunk of the map, though.
Okay.
that's assuming he's even in Varisia, keep in mind.
I mean, yeah.
Right.
That's true. We know he's west, though, so if he's not in Varisia, then he's in, like, Glorian Asia. Because that's what it is. It's ocean, and then...
Maybe he's in Aslant.
Is that even...
Maybe he's studying magic with Master Zayrun.
Maybe he's not even on this planet.
Maybe.
I mean, maybe...
He's under the sea.
He's under the sea.
sea. Under the sea.
Anyway, that's a question that I have for the star map tonight. There are other questions that we can ask, but I feel like that would eliminate like an eighth of this map. Maybe a sixth, even.
So we can ask if his tribe is friendly, I guess. Then we know how.
He might
to
not even be
approach.
part of a tribe.
Well, he's with people, so okay. I guess then I know he's with
We
people.
can ask if he's with another show, if he's joined another Shawanti tribe.
There you go.
That's a good question.
And then.
And you guys are at Yanderhof now. It's in the evening, so what do you guys? I'm assuming that you guys are gonna ask more questions on the star chart. Do you guys do anything else in Yanderhof though?
Not personally.
I drink and try to have as good as a time as I can with like my coin and stuff.
Yeah, and you probably actually have a much better time here because you're amongst fellow dwarves. You're in Yanderhof,
Yeah.
so.
And I'll tell some stories to those who will hear.
I'm gonna try and enlist Philippe to help me gather some information.
Oh, of course.
I want to know the gossip around here. Like not Yanderhof specifically, but like what's been going on? I'm helping.
Um. Let's see. What would you find? What would you be hearing about right now? Let's see. You'd be hearing about. Do you hear that there's been some of the like movers and shakers within Kaer Maga have been like looking for people to take care of some recent problems we've been having with giants wandering a little bit too close to the city of Kaer Maga. That's been disrupting trade, and that they're looking for people to do that, to do something about these giants. That they've been a real nuisance. And it's one of those things where I've been having a hard time finding people that they feel like are up to it, because I mean they've had people. It's one of those things that draws fools from all across Varisia, but most people that are showing up are people that they're coming in, getting in way over their heads. And people that have no business going to fight a bunch of giants. Do you ask about anything specific, like about a specific location you want to hear about? That'd be kind of like one of the bigger news, is bigger things you've been hearing about in terms of Varisia as a whole. So there's been a lot of people going to Kaer Maga, like adventurers at least. That sort of person.
Just, sometimes rumors are basis for stuff that actually happens.
I mean, you hear a little bit of stuff about like the politics of Yanderhof. They're like talking about how there's like a new like an election that's going to be happening soon, and for like political office there basically. And there's some talk about that. I don't know how interested you guys are in that, but I can come up with something for that. Is Corvos interfering
In the election.
in Yanderhof?
Yeah.
You you think like some of the people you talk to seem positive that has to be happening, because like don't they always? But you don't. you don't hear any like specifics on that. Like, oh yeah, they're doing such and such thing. Like they're supporting such and such candidate. Just like, I mean, you might actually even hear like contradictory stuff, like people saying, "Oh yeah, that guy is behind like his elections being backed by Corvosa," and then you hear the same thing about his opponent.
Okay.
I have 2 questions with a follow-up third question if we get a yes to one of the questions. Do you have
Okay.
anything you guys would like to ask tonight?
The Varisian Gulf question.
What's the question?
Is Hawashte within 20 miles of the shores of the Varisian Gulf?
Okay.
Burgar just wants to know if we're closer to the heroic battle.
The answer to that is yes. You don't need to ask the star map that.
Is that what Amber tells them? Like, no, we don't need to do a question on that. You're definitely closer.
I just want to be sure.
All right. Well, what do I got? Is it minutes per? Is it 8 minutes? Is that how that works? Or is the duration always statically 10 minutes? Oh, was it?
Oh, also, if you're not asking, ask if he's joined a different Shoanti tribe.
Yeah.
Actually, maybe Kael will know this.
Yo.
Kael, do you know that if a Shoanti is exiled, will another Shoanti tribe want to integrate them into their ranks? Or will they also be outcast from their tribe too?
Kale, you're pretty sure that generally it would take something very, like, really extraordinary circumstances for an exiled Shawanti to join another tribe. Most of the time, I mean, you've heard of it happening, but generally, they'll honor the exile basically, like the tradition of the like whatever tribe exiled them, they'll say we don't know the reasons, but we're gonna trust that they are for good reasons. Like they tend to. You do know that there would be if there was a tribe, it would be there's like one particular tribe that would be more likely to accept them though.
I asked plenty of questions.
And that would be the what was the name of it here? Give me a second.
Who else can I add?
Yeah, that would be the Spire clan is the one that would be most likely to accept the other. Like if you had like another like a Showan who got exiled from the other tribes, they'd be the one that'd be most likely to accept somebody that was exiled.
Where are they?
The Spire clan.
Yeah.
They dwell mostly within the Storval Plateau and western Belkzen, so it wouldn't line up with where the star chart is telling you though, because yeah, they'd be basically to the north and east, basically kind of where you guys are right now.
Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and consult the star chart with what I got, and I might follow up with additional.
So, did he join another Shawanti tribe? No. So, the next question, I'm assuming you're not going to ask.
Right. I guess
Are
I would
you
rephrase the
wasting
last question.
efforts? Yeah, that's fine. Are you wasting efforts trying to locate Hawashite?
She's
No, I don't.
asking
Probably
her
not.
God.
Yeah, and he's like, no, it's probably a good idea. Is Hawashite within 20 miles of the Versian Gulf? Yes, he is actually.
Okay, and then instead of saying is he the leader of the tribe, is he the leader of the group of people he is with?
Yeah. Yes, basically.
Is he considered dangerous?
Oh, yes.
Should I confront him?
Unclear.
Okay, and there's one last question I don't know what to ask. Or wait, two, because we scratched one out.
Is he in a major city?
Is he in a major city?
Yeah.
Well, we've located it down to like 2 places.
Is he in Magnamar?
Wait, you still have one more question?
Yeah, because we erased the second one because of...
That's right. Okay. Yes, he's in Magnamar.
Haha!
Oh my god, I called it.
My
Oh,
my
dear.
hunch was right.
so was Philippe's. He had a feeling it was Magnamar too. He did call it back in like very beginning of the session. I bet he's in Magnamar.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. To Magnamar, guys.
Which is really strange because
Alright.
I kind of knew everyone in Magnamar, so it's interesting that I don't know about him.
Did you know everybody in Magnamar? It's a really big
Magnamar
city.
I'm not gonna, okay, I didn't know everyone, but I
No.
knew the demographic of people there. 'Cause I lived there.
Magnamar is like the joint city of like an alien space station where everybody comes to market. Like so many people come and go.
Okay.
And a lot of times
It's a
you'll
big
never
enough
see
city
them
that
again.
you. Yeah, you've never met Nizzo, and he's from Magnamar.
You never
Okay,
met his
okay,
wife
okay.
either. She makes excellent fish.
Yeah, you probably. Yeah.
I
you
didn't
never
realize
met-
it was quite that big.
You also probably never met a Skinsaw cultist, which is probably a good thing.
That's
back when you were
he's prob-
Magmar.
he should be familiar with him, honestly. Like that.
And maybe he's heard of him.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
that mask
probably-
is notorious.
Yeah, it's probably a good thing because last time you guys were in Magmar, you probably would have been. If
We
I mean,
can
the
like
Skinsaw
hop
cultists at
on
this
a
point probably don't
ferry
exist.
here and go whoop
No
Oh yeah,
down that way, right?
you could theoretically take a ferry all the way down the Yondabakari River all the way to Magnamar.
It's a slow travel, though.
I mean,
No, that's
yeah,
going
but
this
it's-
way.
It's slower going up river. You guys are going down river, so it's
That's
gonna be a little bit
so
faster.
slow. Do not have teleport.
It's probably faster than going down to Corvosa and taking the sea route like you guys did last time.
Yeah,
It's gonna be much faster than by foot and by whatever other means.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
I mean, otherwise you could teleport, but Amber doesn't have that spell.
Yeah.
She just has a scroll.
Yeah.
You have one scroll of teleport that can't even teleport everybody.
I'll know teleport at level 10.
Oh.
Wait, yeah, probably level 10.
Oof. Okay.
I think I get Overland Flight as my spell.
All right. Yeah. I mean, yeah. We'll just catch a ferry, craft, make stuff. You know, whatever.
Yeah, it's December 6th right now, I think.
If
Oh, it's almost my
Is it
birthday.
cold?
Brr.
It's fairly cold, yeah.
Yeah.
So I got my.
Don't
It's
we all
probably
have cold
lightly
weather
snowing
outfits?
right now, actually. I think you guys all got cold weather outfits a while back.
Yes.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
Shit, it might be December 7th at this point now. Or 8th even. December 3rd was when you guys...
How much do horses cost?
Depends.
Depends on how nice a horse you
light
want,
horse?
but a light horse I think is like... I don't remember exactly.
50 GP or something?
Where can I get that at? Would it be in other gear?
Horses? Oh, it's in the God damn it, other tab.
It is. It's in animal and gear. Equipment, goods, and services.
If you go
Horse
to
light
the other
is
tab,
75
between
75
gear
gold.
and personal.
That's what I thought it was, but yeah, I wanted to check. If you want a combat trained light horse, it's 110.
Or you can buy.
Don't
a
you guys have
dire
horses
tiger
or
if
something
you need
anyway?
one. No.
Or something?
Well, yes, I have a pony, but I don't know where it is.
I think it's still in Yanderhof right now.
Oh
I don't think you guys took it with you into the mountains,
no.
but you guys still have them
Oh, okay.
because you guys rode them. You guys rode them to Corvosa and back as well.
Yep.
Let's just take our horses then.
I mean, if you go on a ferry, they'd have a place for the horses on the ferry as well.
Okay. We'll do that.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I go get my pony that is just way too big for me already.
I guess we know where we're going, and we're gonna. Oh, my horse needs a deity. My horse is gonna be a horse of Abadar.
Oh my god. That merchant horse.
I'm pretty sure your horse is an atheist.
No, my horse is a horse of. He worships Abadar.
He likes the coin.
You can't tell me how my horse named Light, who he wants to worship. That's his business.
Okay,
You named your
that's
horse
fine.
Light?
Yes, it's a light horse.
Oh, I see what you did there.
I apparently named my Isaiah's horse Irene.
Oh.
I don't remember doing that, but apparently I did.
So I'm gonna take
See the
some
price
watches,
here.
and we can get ourselves on the road. Or on the river, I
On the
suppose.
road
On the
again.
river.
I just can't wait to get on the river again.
We haven't
Let's
been
see
on the
here.
river. Well, we've crossed the river,
This
but I don't think
is... Yeah, that'll be fine. Let's get like a rough approximation of what this is going to cost for you
we've really...
guys. It's not going to be very much.
So
I gotta zoom
Paizo's
out.
distance is going upstream. It's a week to get to where I had you guys go. So that was a week travel? Is that right? Yeah.
Now, does Paizo actually have a distance from Yanderhof to Magnamar by ferry?
So it was a week to here and then a week to there. So it was like 2 weeks from Lake Sal whatever. Basically. But that was going upstream.
Yeah, that's going upstream. Might even be double the speed going downstream.
And they also said it was like raining and beginning of winter and stuff, and that's kind of what we're at right now. So
This is in winter as well,
yeah.
but you are going downstream, which is going to help a lot, probably.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I figure it's probably going to take like a week. But
I'm fine
I mean,
with
yeah.
that.
Sounds
I don't
about
think
right.
we're pressed for time, are we? Hmm.
Mm,
I'm gonna teach my
We
pony
can't
all
really
about
get there
Carcon.
faster.
I know nothing about Carconus, so it's not a whole lot. but I'll do it.
Okay. So let's see. The price. I gotta do a little bit of math here real fast.
Man, I'm starting to realize that this skill would have been so good in Reign of Winter. Or any game that forces you to travel a lot. In unknown territory. Guiding Star allows you to know your like precise location. We haven't really needed that, but like if we were lost on Glorian, I know where we are as long as I can see the stars.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's going to cost 32 gold pieces basically for like all of you to travel. Like that's just the total cost basically. For, and that'll include the like transporting your horses and whatnot as well.
Okay. Yeah. Totally. We'll do that. $6 gold, 4 silver.
Yep. Oh, that's a total? That wasn't each?
Sure, I'll pay it.
Yeah, the 32 was total.
Okay.
Now, if you wanted to as well, you guys could pay to basically have a boat that was only... This is going to have other people on the boat as well. Like, you guys are just paying basically for the ride. If you wanted to pay 10 times that, you could basically rent an entire boat to just yourselves.
No thanks.
We like meeting new people.
I like telling people about myself.
There you go. So yeah, this is a boat that's it's bringing stuff down to Magnamar, like trading supplies and such. Oh, I can get rid of Bramrom off this thing. He's not there anymore. He left. So yeah, this is most of the stuff here is like it's got like a bunch of goods and stuff that were made in Yanderhof, like metalworks and things like that, and they're sending them down to market in Magnamar.
Maybe they have some fresh mithril.
They don't really have a whole lot of mithril that they're sending on this particular. This is mostly other
darn.
like just normal iron and
Jeez.
whatnot tools.
What's your greed for mithril? Who needs it?
He needs it.
If you ask about mithril, they say no. They wouldn't put mithril on a boat like this. It's too valuable.
Bandits, probably.
They don't want to. Yeah, they don't want to have like bandits might try to steal it or something like that. They usually use magic to transport mithril to markets like that.
Okay. Anyway, we're on our way.
Especially that much distance. I mean, there's sometimes somebody who's crazy enough to try to transport mithril by foot, but a lot of times bad things happen.
And I'm spend as much time as I can today crafting Alias's, not Kael's scimitar.
Yeah, I mean, most likely you guys are gonna just have some downtime during the week on the boat. If you guys have any crafting you want to do or anything like that. If you have some sort of profession sailor or something like that, you might be able to offer to work on the boat and not have to basically pay as much effectively.
I'd
Get some of
offer
that
to
money
give
back
them
working on the boat.
directions, but I don't think that's a problem. Take a left.
Yeah, they're pretty sure they know the way.
Yeah.
They come to a fork in the river. Which way do we go? Like this first fork here. And then you guys are like, why are we in Saranthu? We took the wrong fork. For some reason we went upstream. How could we make this mistake?
How did this happen?
Like, we literally don't know how this happened.
Okay. I am 6/8 stunned. If we don't get interrupted today.
Nope, you don't. Like I said, I'm just gonna go ahead and tell you right now, you're not gonna have any. You're not really gonna have any problems on this trip. So you guys are gonna
Okay.
have downtime.
I
So,
complete the scimitar. Does anybody else want a weapon or a magical item crafted?
Maybe.
Our main character, Brugar, sure would.
What do you want crafted?
He doesn't know.
Can you upgrade my ring of protection +1 to a 2?
I don't know because I think you need. I think you need a
You
specific
need
feat
the
for
craft
rings,
ring
right? Yeah.
or forge ring.
Yeah. Okay.
Let's see some of the
You can
places you
upgrade
guys are
my
gonna pass
cloak,
through.
I could upgrade your cloak.
Let's see. How much are the +3s? Are those? Okay, so it goes like 1, 3, 1,000, 3,000. Like, let me see if I can afford it.
So there's some little cities along the way that you guys kind of pass through as well,
1,000,
and
4,000, 9,000.
occasionally they stop at the little towns along the way for a short time. They actually go past Abkin. They say those guys are weird, and they don't stop there. And let's see, Melfish.
I can't afford it yet.
It probably stops at Melfish.
Unless I can do an IOU of 100 gold.
I'll lend you 100 gold, Tiki.
Then can you upgrade my Cloak of Resistance +1 to a +2? It looks like it'll be a...
Okay.
What are you supposed to do?
Melfish is
You're
kind of
supposed
a
to
neat
do
city.
the difference between them, right?
Yeah.
So
So the +2
Yeah.
costs
3,000 gold.
4,000, so it'll take 3 days,
Yeah. Okay.
and I'll need 1,100 gold. I mean 1,500 gold pieces for it.
Yeah. Okay. I don't need that 100 gold after all, Philippe. Thank you, though.
Okay.
So Melfish is like a military town. It's got a really gigantic drawbridge over the Yonda Bakari River. And it's kind of like the edge of Korvosan controlled territory. Once you get past Melfish, you'll be back in lands that are kind of more under Magnamar's jurisdiction.
You had enough days to do that already, Amber?
Yeah, he said we
She'll-
wouldn't be getting interfered. That's
Yeah, I'm just kind of
5
talking about some of the
days.
stuff you find on the way, but you guys are going to go through, you guys are going to be on here for 7 days. He's going to have enough time to finish that crafting.
Cool. Okay. Then I'll go ahead and switch it.
So yeah, there's a gigantic drawbridge that you guys go underneath, passing through Melfish. You probably stop there for a little bit as well. Pass through, going down Lake Cyrantula. Which is it's about 100 miles, I guess, down the lake. That looks about right. Yeah, the boat kind of steers more towards the northern coast. And maybe, like, I mean, especially like Philippe, for example, if he looks down there, would see that there's like strange ruins and such dotting the coast along the mountains, kind of right at the bottom of it, in the Fenwall Mountains. And if you ask anyone about it, they say, like, yeah, we try to stay away from there because all sorts of crazy stuff sometimes will show up in those mountain ranges.
Ooh. I actually know all about those mountain ranges.
Oh yeah, you might actually know more than me then,
Oh.
because I don't know a whole lot about it.
If I'm not mistaken, Giant Slayer starts. Wait, no, it doesn't. Wait, does it?
No, Giant Slayer's in the Hold of Belkson. It starts in the city of Trunau. Giant Slayer's basically the east of Varissia.
Oh, then I don't know about these mountains. They just kind of lay out the same way. I know about those mountains. Whatever.
Yeah, I do too, because I follow. Well, that's just the Mindspin Mountains.
Yeah, it's basically like people don't cross them on foot. Like you don't, because most of the time people don't live.
Mm-hmm. You guys were kind of at the foot of kind of the foot of the Mindspin Mountains when at the show for the Shawanti there. Like they were like right at the Mindspin
right
Mountains
there.
there.
Okay, yeah, different.
So that's the one that you guys. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I don't know anything about these. Well, then we don't go there. I don't think we were planning on it.
No, I mean unless you guys decided you wanted to.
I mean, you could. You put some intrigue in me.
And you guys made it down the rest of the Yonda Bakari and eventually find your way in Magnamar about a week later. It's now December like 13th now.
All right.
Oh,
Is
my
it a
birthday
Friday?
happened.
I haven't been keeping track of it that closely, so I'd have to like roll a D7 to figure out what day of the week it is.
If you pick a year, I can go pull up the calendar and find out. I'm kidding.
1436.
No.
Wait, what was Amber asking me? Do I have 2,000 gold?
Yeah.
Yeah, she
I have
wanted to know.
There was
1,000
something that you
GP.
wanted.
I have 1,000 GP, and then like I have other stuff that's valuable, but I don't think I have like 2,000.
Okay. Because I was
Honestly,
gonna
skilled
turn
move.
your crab claw into that.
That would be cool.
All right. So let's see
Save up
here. Let me get everyone's tokens all gathered up here. I gotta pull them into a map that I think I have tokens for a lot of the your characters there already, but well, some of them at least. But they're horribly out of date, so I'm gonna get new ones. Because the last time you guys were in Magnamar, you guys were probably like level 5 or something like that.
Yeah.
Kael was not in
That was
Magnamar.
like a year ago.
Yeah. To the front. There we go. All right.
Okay, sorry, I had to step.
Okay,
away
actually,
from
I'm just gonna play you guys the map so we can like all rediscover it together. So let's see. Yeah, there's like a Philippe token there, and like, oh look at that. There's an
Oh, I
Argu.
have 16 health.
Oh,
There's
Oh,
an
that's
Argu
Philippe
token.
awesome.
Oh, Yeah, Philippe had
Oh,
7
I'm just gonna
Hey,
delete
there's
that
another
token.
token. What the hell?
Alias is
Give it-
back from the dead.
Yeah, he's got 21 health or something, or 9 health. I don't know what
Argu
the
is here?
fuck, how to read these numbers. Yeah, Argu was here last time you guys were in Magnamar, apparently.
It's been so long.
Alright, I'm just gonna delete these tokens, though.
I know where my house is. This is my house.
Yep.
My house is
I'll leave.
amazing.
I'll leave Caffeine's character here, because he's probably still like a level 1 alchemist, or whatever, level 2 alchemist.
My house is down south somewhere.
Wait,
It's not
which
on
way
this
is
map.
north? That way's
Good.
north.
left.
North is... Yeah,
Somebody
north
drew a big
is to the
green
left.
Arrow to the top of the map.
That's
Yeah.
definitely my handwriting.
Oh.
Yeah. That's a good thing you did that, because I've made that mistake before. When we did Rise of the Rune Lords, I just retconned it and said, yep, north is now up. Because I've been doing it that way wrong from the beginning.
Isn't there more to the map?
Yeah.
I feel like part
That's
of
what I
it's
was
cut
saying.
off.
I think this is cut off at the bottom because I lived at the
Yes.
bottom part of the map.
And to the right?
Uh,
Oh, hold on a minute though. If I zoom out, it
Yeah,
like corrected itself.
not for
I
me,
don't
it
know what's...
didn't.
But then when I zoom back in, it
Um,
doesn't. Weird.
it looks like the page you have
What?
is smaller than the image, so go ahead and resize the page and it should correct itself.
Yeah. I'll try it. That's
Yeah.
weird. I feel like I've been using this map though. I use this map. Maybe it just broke along like at some point. I don't know.
It took its
Uh.
true form. I don't know.
Yeah. Oh god, I went into the page settings and it started lagging on me. And now Roll20 is not responding.
Oh no.
Uh-oh. Well, if the worst comes to worst, we can deal with this map, and it'll have to be on this part of the map.
You can always move
Oh, well.
it and reposition it if it really cared. Anyways. Show me around town.
Alright, I'm relaunching the page.
I've only been here one at
Hey.
a time briefly.
Yeah, what do you guys first do when you get to Magmar? You guys get there, it's actually still like after
I'm gonna
like,
go
early afternoon.
home.
Okay. So you
I've been here
you
never.
go there, and it's like kind of locked up right now, but it's there. Everything looks to be in order.
Oh no, I neglected it for too long. What was it, like like a month and a half?
Well, tell me what you remember about what happens when you left. Like what was the situation here when you left?
No, I remember nothing.
I remember some stuff, but I'm not sure if you do. So,
We were like talking. We were at some party, weren't we? Trying to influence people.
You at a party?
hey, there we go. I made it way bigger than I needed to apparently, but
Perfect.
that's
fine.
okay. We have extra space on the side of the map.
Yeah.
Like how there's a little map for the Foxglove townhouses. Really useful information.
Yeah.
Obviously, this was meant for Rise of the Ruined Lords.
But geez, yeah, we helped out like the tax collectors.
Yeah, you guys went to the swamp, and you guys fought some hags there, and you ended up running into the hags again later. Like that ended up coming back. So,
Yeah.
there's been a lot of stuff from like there that ended up coming back later. So you guys also had some help though when you guys were there.
We had the ranger and we had
Trissa.
not
her name?
Deflo. Not Martin.
No, Martin actually was one of the guys that helped you, I believe.
No, he wasn't.
Wasn't he the name of the ranger? Or I know it was Andrezi
No.
or something was his name. But you had someone help from someone else.
Trissa.
Trissa, yes. Yes, it was Trissa.
You said that.
Yes, but Manus didn't hear that, so he was still puzzling through it, and he just came to that conclusion. So I'm gonna let him have it. Good job.
It's in my
So-
notes.
Yeah, I know, and it's been a long time. Do you remember the deal you guys made with her? Like,
She would
for
watch
her
the
helping
doll
you
shop.
guys? Yeah, that was the other thing,
We would
too.
bring her
So-
here, she would help out, and well,
Yeah, so
she
she's-
hasn't ruined my place.
She didn't ruin it at least, but she's not there right now either. So, but in the place, your place is locked up right now too. So she at least locked the door when she left to do whatever the hell she went and did.
Yeah.
So yeah, when you get in there, you kind of see like your stock is basically really low. So you see that she did like actually run it for you a little bit and sold some stuff for you.
Mm-hmm.
If you like go through at the back, like where you would have like a little bit of money there too, maybe. of like profits he made from stuff he sold.
That can be hers.
Yeah, I was kind of figuring it'd be whatever wealth, like wealth that you'd go back into the store or like making more dolls or whatever, but like it'd have been money you made from previous profession checks, effectively. But yeah, it's like I said, you haven't made any dolls there for months, so the stock is like super low.
It hasn't
And,
been that long. It's been like a month and a half.
It's been
Dolls are in high demand, man.
It's been a fairly long time, but yeah. There's still some stuff
Okay.
there. But yeah. So she's not there right now, but yeah, you can tell, like you can see signs that like it's not like super dusty or anything, like she abandoned or anything. You know that she probably is somewhere nearby. She's in the city somewhere.
Okay.
Oh, can we go see Man Fountain?
You could, yeah. I believe he's got a like his office would be. I can't remember. It's either the Capital or Alabaster District. It's been so long since he's been in Magnamar. I don't remember exactly where, but yeah, he's got like the guards barracks. He'd probably be there.
I'm gonna make a doll.
That's what you spend. What do like? Like I'm assuming Philippe wants to swing by his home as well and make sure everything's still in
Yes.
order. His place, he didn't have anyone like living in it, so his place is probably like really dusty and everything. But
Yeah, it could have been broken into. Who knows?
no, it seems. I mean, and actually, on the other hand, it might not really be that dusty because honestly, like if nobody's
No
been
one's
in
been
there,
living there.
yeah. I mean, there might be
There'll
some
probably be some
settled.
dust that came in from, you know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
or stuff that was already there but just settled. But yeah, since it was undisturbed for so long. But yeah, you'd get in there and it would be, you'd walk in and it'd be like that weird kind of like quiet that is when you first get home from like a long vacation or something like that,
Uh-huh.
But that's not even quite. I don't know if that's even quite the right word, but I don't know. There's like a weird feeling there when you first come home from like a long vacation. So
Doesn't
you get
quite feel
that.
like home. It feels like a strange place.
Yeah, it feels kind of weird when you first come home from like a long trip. So you may have like some quick like readjusting or whatever. But
I'll make some tea, because that makes me feel like home.
what do the people that aren't Magnamarians, which is the rest of the party, Kale, Brugar, and Tiki do? Like, do they go with?
I
They're
invite them to my
invited
place
to
if they
stay
want to.
over if they want.
Does Philippe have the same offer? Like, who goes where?
Yeah.
Basically, is what I'm curious about. Or do they decide to like decline
guess
that
if
offer
you're
and go find
offering,
your own
like,
place to stay?
Room
I'll
and
go with
board, sure.
Amber.
But Brugar's looking for where this heroic battle is supposed to be.
Yeah, he's like, I was promised a heroic battle like 8 days ago, and I haven't had it yet.
Yeah.
Does Brugar stay with Philippe or Amber?
Amber.
Okay, Kale's staying with Philippe then, because I don't want to be alone. Okay, Ron.
Is Carol okay with that? Alright. So you guys, I'm guessing then you don't really do anything in particular about like trying to go find anyone today, or like you guys just kind of come home and be like, I mean, like I said, it's in the afternoon when you guys back, so you do have some time that you can do some other stuff besides just. But I mean, on the other hand, it would also make sense in character, I suppose, for especially Amber.
You're
To be like, well, I'm back
tired
home.
from
I gotta. Yeah, we've been traveling
traveling.
for like a week. Yeah, and that's understandable too. So.
So my plan is we meet up and we talk to Man Fountain the next day.
Yeah, I agree. Tomorrow morning, we'll come up to your place, because we're in the south.
And over the night, we asked the quill some things. Not the quill. The star chart.
I was like, what? Quill? What?
What are we asking?
Sorry, I'm pretty tired. I woke up really early today.
So did I. I woke up at 8:30.
I woke up at 11 p.m. No, I'm just kidding. I did kind of, but I took a nap when I got home from work, so I actually woke up at 3, I think. 3 o'clock
Oh boy, I made some tea. I'm so
in
excited.
the afternoon. Anyway, so yeah, eventually in the evening, Trissa actually shows up and seems surprised to see Amber and Brugar, and especially Brugar because she never met Brugar before. She's like this strange dwarf. I think she would remember. I think she met Tiki.
She'd remember Philippe.
I think she met
She's a
Tiki when
dwarf?
you guys were. No, she's not a dwarf. She's a
No,
human.
she's a
She's like
human.
a.
Oh,
She's like a 15-year-old girl basically.
oh.
She's my
This
backup
is definitely
character.
not my heroic battle.
No,
No,
She's,
unfortunately not.
she's not super. She actually, it was kind of funny because they were like originally going to be like, we're not going to let you fight with us when we go to confront these hags. But she's like, no, I'm going, and they're like, okay, well, in order to prove that, like, she's like, I can use a bow, and they made her do some absurd like challenge, and she actually rolled really well, and like,
She rolled a nat
One.
20, I think.
yeah, she rolled like a nat 20 or something ridiculous, and actually like. It was something like shoot this little target or whatever. Like, if I'm going to throw this target in the air and you have to hit it in the air or something like that. And she actually managed to do it. So they're like, well, I guess we got to stay by our word and let a 15-year-old girl back us up while we're fighting a bunch of hags.
She did something.
Yeah, she missed a lot, but I don't know. I mean, she didn't get knocked unconscious like the ranger did. So the ranger NPC that
It was
helping you guys
something.
out. Yeah. So yeah, at least she had that going for her. But so yeah, she's surprised to see you. So she's like, oh, you're back. And then she kind of like, well, where'd you go? Like, she wants to kind of hear about what you were doing, like what you ran into. I think she
Let me
knew...
introduce you to the master oratorist, Brugar.
Oratorist, yeah. Does Brugar make an introduction of himself to Trissa? Wait, let me see if I have her token still here. I think I got it somewhere in here. Ah, here we are. This is Trissa.
Hmm. I guess he's like he's like in a weird mood because he was foretold battle, and he's
Yeah,
been telling a lot of his other stories for a while, so they're like getting like too like the yarns are getting too spun.
He's like, I need a new battle. I need a new
And he's
story
like,
to tell.
yeah, I'm Brugar.
Well, I'll tell her. I'll tell her that we found some really mysterious and wondrous things, and fought off some deadly foes.
Okay. And she's probably like kind of interested in hearing about it. And I don't know if you guys ask her about what she's been up to or not.
Oh yeah, I'll ask her what has she been doing.
So she'd be talking. She tells you that she's kind of been like exploring the city and whatnot. And lately she's been mostly going around looking in this area under the bridge.
Oh, no.
So there's all sorts of interesting
boy.
people down there.
Yeah.
But Yeah, she kind of talks about. She's like, yeah, I went in the like. Seems like every time I think that I'm gonna run out of interesting things to see here, I come across something new. And yeah, says I spent a little bit of time selling some of your dolls from time to time, but I have to admit, like the last week or so, I haven't really been doing it much. You're kind of low on stock anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and she tells you there's like this really strange clock tower at under the bridge there that she
Oh.
was poking around it, but she didn't want to. She's been being really like she really wants to go in there more, but it looks kind of sketchy.
Spooky.
Oh, it looks like it might collapse. I'm surprised it hasn't already.
Yeah.
I mean,
I kind of like peeked inside. There's like some bells on the ground that like that fell apparently. I don't know if another one might if I go in there or something.
Yeah, who knows?
oh.
You don't know about stuff under the bridge. But
She also tells
I'm
you
gonna
there
give
was
her
a
light.
you give her light.
Under the bridge.
Yeah, under
Yeah,
the under this bridge. It's really close by actually. I mean, it's just a few blocks
What did
away.
you find under the bridge?
Well, there's a weird clock tower down there, and then lots of interesting people.
Any like
Yeah, she can have
weird
my
monsters
horse
or
light.
beasties?
Well, the horse. You give her the horse light. Okay. Like here, have this
Yeah.
horse. She's like, what? I don't even. I guess if I want to, if I want to go outside of Magnamar, but
No, she can do with it what she wants. I have better horses. I have the Phantasmal Zen horse, Shadow Conjuration
man.
Zen horse.
yeah. You can
I
shadow
believe it to
conjuration.
be real, therefore it's real.
It's real to me. That's funny. She tells you though. She tells you though that there was somebody that came by looking for you a few weeks ago.
Oh my.
Oh, who's that?
Well, she said her name was Kracia, but she didn't. She wouldn't tell me anything else. I told her
Who's
that as last I heard you were going to Kaer Maga, and I didn't know when you'd be back. And she seemed satisfied with that, I guess.
Oh, Argue might have stopped by as well.
Okay, so she maybe says that too. Oh, and Argu came by too. That kobold that was traveling with you guys when you guys were in Marshfen.
Argue says that house not very good. You can have it.
Yeah, she
Marksman was such a fun time.
she got bored in Marshfen apparently, which I mean I sympathize with. I told her I didn't like it very much either.
Did she find a better house?
You know, this is a long shot, but it might as well ask. Do you remember one of my companions who had tattoos on his face and could change his weapons at will?
Oh yeah, I remember him.
Have you encountered anybody like that in the city when you've been exploring?
Ooh.
She thinks about it and says, "Now that you mention it,
Oh.
there was a guy that he was doing some sort of I don't know. They have some sort of like fight thing they do, and I remember I went and checked it out, and there was a guy that was doing something like that. When he was fighting here, he would hold these he'd hold like these like metal clubs, and he would turn them into swords and axes and things.
Where was this?
Fight thing. What fight thing?
It was like a gladiator thing or something. I don't know.
Huh.
I think it was in it was that place where they do like the little arena where they do like it's the same place they do like bullfighting and stuff too. It's like a little stadium that they got over here.
Where are we pointing?
Sounds like the place to be.
Give me 1 second. I gotta look up the exact spot again. I remember the name of it, but for some reason I didn't mark it on the map. So. Aha, here we go. Oh, well, of course. It's actually, it's part why I can't see it, because you guys' tokens are basically on it. So, it's, kind of this area up here. I'm gonna ping it. This is up there by, he was putting them on a Serpent's Run.
By the East Coast. Northeast point.
Up in the Alabaster District.
Okay. Looks like we're going to go there after talking to Man Fountain tomorrow morning.
Yeah, she says there was like a week where I was going up there like every day because they have all sorts of different stuff there, and that was back when I kind of spent a lot of the money that I was getting from the that like my cut of the pay basically for sales early on, but part of why I stopped going there is it was getting too expensive and I wasn't and the sales weren't as good anymore. But they had like all sorts of different interesting stuff there. Like sometimes they had golem battles there. Sometimes they had some sort of like some bullfighting and some animal races and stuff. Like there's some interesting like competition kind of stuff they had there. It was kind of fun to watch. You could really get into it, like especially when the crowd was getting into it too. I don't know, it's the atmosphere, but I'm normally not into these sorts of things. But
I would also like to see this, but well, Brugar wants to go there as soon as possible.
Oh, of course.
This sounds like a place where a heroic battle could take place.
I mean, maybe.
Yep.
Huh. Alright. Today?
Yeah, so this is in the evening right now, so you could go in the evening on this day. Like Brugar could go do that, and then
Yeah, when
I mean Philippe and somebody would have to maybe if you guys wanted to get the whole party to go, somebody'd have to go tell Philippe and Kael about it.
Yeah,
Since they're not with you guys right now.
we'll tell them about it.
Or you could just go there on your own and we could see. I mean, I don't know what Kael and Philippe are doing.
I'll ask Amber if she
Maybe
knows
they're
where
just-
they are.
I move faster than these guys, right? How fast is Tiki's move speed?
On a good day or a bad day? It's 30.
Or is 30? Really? In medium armor?
I have Ant Hall on. It says 30 on my Hero Lab. Let me see what.
I think that's correct.
Yeah.
Well, Brugar has 20, right? So
Yeah,
we can
Brugar's
go
a
get
dwarf.
them. And we're gonna meet back here with Brugar and we can all go together.
okay.
Okay, so yeah, I guess if Amber runs over to get, tell Philippe and Kale like, hey, I've a lead we want to check out right away. They're fine with going then too?
Sure.
All right, let's roll. So roll a d7 for me.
Who dat?
Ooh.
Anybody? Okay. D7. So that's to figure out. I gotta obviously have a table. I gotta reference. Okay, so when you guys get there, you see there is a like the sign kind of posted outside this is and there's like there's people kind of coming in there. It's like pretty busy out there, and it says Golem Works presents
Oh my god.
Golem Wars.
Oh my god.
And so you gather, and Amber and Philippe probably might even already know, like, Golem Works makes golems. They're like a...
Right. Yes.
And they would know as well that this is a typical thing that happens here. That's just the event that's running right now, is they invite other, like, magicians and priests and stuff from across Varisia to come test their constructs in combat against the creations of the Golem Works students. It's like an academy.
Maybe a
basically.
Kai is here.
And yeah, if a non-Golem Works creation wins the battle, then the Golem Works offers them
Do we have a golem guy?
construction contacts or rewards, basically. You guys do not have a golem on you, I don't
bummer.
think.
Nobody has it stashed
One
in their
thing you do
closet
know
at home. Dollmaker.
Is if you remember, Aelius had like some abilities that were specifically like good against golems. Like he had he was able to overcome their DR or something like that.
I
As like a
think we
bloodline
should-
ability that.
A shame that he was killed by one.
Is there an entry fee?
Yeah. To enter the golem battles?
Not to enter, but to watch.
Oh, yeah, it's a kind of a small fee. It's probably like 5 silver pieces or something like that.
I mean,
Relatively small.
I don't have anything else to do tonight.
Yeah, sure.
Maybe a Kai's here.
Let's watch.
Alright.
Maybe the fates will spin.
He's like here, and he's like, well, I got my thing stolen, and it killed a bunch of my golems, and you know what I'm gonna do to
But
make
I
me feel
still
better is I'm
have
gonna go
that
have my
event.
golems. I'm gonna have my golems go beat up the Golem Works golems.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the only way I can feel
You
good
might.
about myself.
Well, we know we can kill his golem.
Well, yeah, but that's not the point.
Well, you don't see Akai or any of his golems there, but you do see a lot of other golems.
Darn.
And they do some kind of I mean, depending on how much fun your character finds it, it's maybe they enjoy it because you get to see a bunch of
I'm
golems. Like it's like a
enjoying it.
robot battle kind of thing. Like you see some golems smacking the shit out of each other, and like, a lot of them are kind of one-sided. But even those are really fun because they're fast and like brutal. Like you see this golem like smash another golem, and the like parts of it go flying everywhere. And like, yeah, people are really into it.
Oh man.
Sweet.
And you probably hear, like, maybe one of the other people's like, yeah, I always love watching these golem battles. And you talk to they do some, like, people fighting stuff here, too, but it's not as convincing as the golem battles, because almost nobody ever dies in those battles.
I want to ask
But
around.
these golems smash the shit out of each other. You can almost
Start spreading
guarantee that
stories
one of
of
them...
myself.
Yeah.
I want to ask around
Yeah.
while we're there when
Okay.
the next event would be that what's his face would more likely be participating in.
Do you ask about Hawash Day specifically then? Or are you just asking about, like, in general, when's the next gladiator fights or whatever?
Yeah, just in general when the next gladiator fights are.
Okay, so you're able to get that pretty easily. You are told that they're gonna have one 2 days from now is the next event they're having. They're having like there's a couple fights that are happening here.
Okay, I'll
you
share
hear that.
with the party.
Okay. Yeah, you hear. You actually also hear that the headlining event is that someone known as the Armsman is taking challengers.
Ooh, okay.
And
Are these
yeah,
one-on-one challengers?
he says you kind of hear that like for this particular one that he is going to that he does like both, that they tend to do like a mix of it. Like sometimes they have like one where it's like a group of like 3 or 4 people, but other ones they have are like one-on-one fights. They kind of, you don't know necessarily what to expect. He's got like a
No. I'm going to ask about the fight with the armsmen accepting challengers.
well, you hear that the Armsman, he's like, well, he has like a team that he sometimes fights with, but he's willing to accept one-on-one challenges. Seen him do it before. But I mean, nobody really can take him on a one-on-one duel.
But
So
a
most people
team,
challenge him with a
maybe
team.
Yeah.
Most people challenge him with a team but his team is really good too.
Oh, okay. Maybe worth watching then.
I think we should, instead of watching, I think we should sign up. Where do I sign up? I have a team.
Well, I'm not sure, but I think there's like, I think you got to go. There's like a little office where they run this league thing that they've been doing, and he gives you like an address. Like he's like, I think it's
I
just
note
down
down the address.
Yeah, it's down the. He gives you directions really more, is what it is. It's like it's down the street to the left, a couple blocks. It has like a sign of like a shield and like a sword, an axe, and a mace.
Well, I mean, we got 2 days to do it, so hey, something to do tomorrow. I guess if you're serious about signing up.
Yeah, and then like one of the guys you're talking to, he's like, yeah, but these golem fights are way better. I'm telling you.
I probably start nodding and agreeing, like, oh yeah, and then I start watching them again.
See, the thing is I haven't seen the Armsman and his team lose in a long, long time. But these golems, it's really hard to predict who's going to win those. And like I said, they're much more brutal.
So you're saying the show's boring because it's predictable?
I mean,
Don't
partially,
worry.
yeah.
We're gonna bring an upset. My team's the
Oh
best.
yeah, that's what everyone says.
Well, I mean, look at me.
Right. Sure. Yep. and you can tell that he's not
Magic's
convinced.
not banned in this place, right?
In this fight?
Oh, certainly not.
Okay.
The Armsman himself uses magic, so.
Oh, of course. Amber, you want to enter a fight? Is this fight to the death?
Well, no.
Oh.
But I mean, rarely somebody does die, but most of the time they don't. That's part of why it's not as interesting as these golem fights, because one of the golems almost always gets completely destroyed.
Oh, and then you get to see the sad face of the maker as he picks it all up, right?
That's the best part!
Oh.
As you see one get smashed, and a horrified looking gnome screeching out, "No!"
No.
and he goes over and like starts picking up pieces of his golem. Or trying to, but they're too heavy for him, so he's kind of dragging
that
him.
took me 2 years. I actually thought about making a golem maker character, but it's like all depend. Like you really have to work with the game master, honestly, because it requires time,
You need
and money.
Yeah, and even then, it's kind of like you run into the same problem as like the people that are like, I want to play a minion mancer, and I'm like, well, I mean, do we really want to have a whole bunch of like fucking
Yes, we do.
fatties blocking up all the combat and everything, and
Absolutely.
making
I
combats
want to
drag
drink
out?
tea in the background and not have to worry about what's going on over there.
Yeah. I suppose if you had like one like super powered golem, you just keep upgrading it as you go. Like that might be kind of neat.
Well, as long as it can live, which I think you can, but like the amount of time and materials it requires to make a golem seems kind of silly, but it makes sense. But yeah, for player characters, it's silly.
Yeah, it's almost like an NPC kind of build. Like the same thing with mini mancers always tell. Like anytime, like I don't know, Derek or somebody's like, I want to play a mini mancer. I'm like, that sounds like an NPC character. You should run that in like a homebrew game or something.
And he can always add that in Rise of the Rune Lords too.
That's true. You can add. You could do something like that.
Switch the Lich to a minion master. The failed Lich, the wannabe failed Lich apprentice.
Yeah.
So I guess after this show, we'll probably return.
Yep.
And then tomorrow, find that place.
Find up.
We're gonna go sign up for a tournament.
Oh, okay, cool.
We're gonna sign up versus the Armsmen, and
How much am I getting paid?
I don't know.
Mm.
I don't think they negotiated that yet.
We're gonna find the office and.
It's gonna be an epic battle.
Supposedly
Isn't pay
they
secondary?
never lost, and the shows are boring because he always wins. Apparently,
Well, they didn't actually specifically say they never lose, just
Well-
that they almost never lose.
almost never lose. It's not as exciting.
Yeah.
We also
He's like, I haven't
need
seen
to
them
get
lose in
some
a
dirt.
long, long time.
Okay, a long time then. Yeah. And that his team is pretty strong.
I mean, I'd like to fight, and I'd also like to get paid.
Well, maybe
That's the bet.
you can negotiate that.
I certainly will try.
Yeah, Tiki just nods her head like, yeah, okay. So do we get to rest and get on with the next day?
Yeah, sure. Yep.
Okay.
Your next day.
Do we find that place given the instructions we were given?
Yeah, it's pretty easy to find.
Okay. Then you guys want to go in?
Yes.
Okay.
Sure.
Is there anything Mantis wanted to do before we proceed?
You also could do more
no.
questions. Well, you could have been doing questions for like the last week. So I guess.
Yeah. I don't want to use it all the time, and it's,
Yeah.
I feel weird just acting.
No, I think we have enough information.
Well, we can find out.
I'm-
Actually, tonight before we go to bed, we can find out if this guy is that guy.
Okay,
Oh,
let's
like
do
if-
that.
If the Hawashte is the armsman.
Yes, or the armsman is.
I'm pretty
Foster.
sure he is, but yeah, let's do that just in case.
Yeah, just that one question, I think.
I mean, Trissa will tell you if you guys ask as well. She says, "Oh yeah, that was the name of the guy. They were calling him the armsman."
We don't want to ask Trisha. We want to ask the god.
Yeah, that's fair.
Speak to me, Carconis.
So if you ask that, the star chart will also say the same thing. He'll say, yes. The armsman and Hawashite are the same person.
Okay, then I'll nod to Amber. Like, yeah, okay. We enter without causing any alarm suspicion, and they won't know. And we just fight. But what do you want? What if they are stronger?
Then we'll have to be more cunning.
Wait, so we're fighting the guy who we also want to show us how to make weapons?
Well,
Yeah.
we're gonna observe him and see, like, maybe we can take notes. And then if all
He's
else
not
fails-
gonna make
that'll
the
work.
weapons.
So
But
it sounds like to me
maybe
Amber's
if
plan is just to fight
If we
him and
fight
like.
him and we beat him, maybe we'll earn his respect.
Oh.
I'd say it's a
Brugar,
long
if
shot.
you fought somebody and he beat you, like fair and square, would you be more inclined to, like, if it wasn't like a fight to the death, would you be more inclined to listen to what he had to say?
I say I'd probably be more inclined to try to figure out how to beat him.
Yeah, Bruger's a little bit different.
Okay. Well, anyway.
Not to the death, Bruger. We fight, but not to the death.
We're not fighting to the death.
No.
No.
I guess it's a little bit of a... But that does pose the question. I probably won't be able to fight to the best of my ability if I'm not trying to, you know, seriously hurt this person.
But
Because that's what I'm
Bruger,
good at doing.
There'll be an audience watching.
Oh yes, I'm very excited about that. Just, I mean, if you guys are gonna hurt him in any way, whether it's lethal or non-lethal, that's what I'm counting on you guys to.
Are you just gonna,
I can
like,
push
make
him
their
and
days
shove him
miserable by
around.
knocking them over?
Yeah, like pin them
Yeah,
against
that's what I
walls
do.
or trip them or. What if they fly? Oh.
What if they fly? I fly. I make Brugar fly.
I don't fly. Okay. If you want healed though, you have to come to me. I can't fly.
So yeah, Trissa is like, oh, you guys are gonna fight the armsmen?
Hell yeah, baby.
It looks so.
Do you want to watch?
Can I fight with you guys?
Oh.
No.
Oh, but come on, it went so well the last time we did it. Remember?
Last time? Tiki wasn't there.
Yeah, Tiki wasn't there for that one.
There was a.
I think this one, it might not be for you. It's gonna be different.
What's her approximate power level with this sense motive?
Over 9,000.
Is she much fewer hit dice than us?
Oh.
Yes, yeah, she definitely would be. Like you're.
We've been leveling up
She-
while
I mean, she's
been
a-
stuck in a shop.
I mean, she's been out and doing some exploring and stuff on her own, but she's
Oh.
still a 15-year-old girl. So I mean, let's be honest here.
You can
Whoa.
slap a young template onto like an 8th level character.
True. I mean, technically, you could be a really super competent 15-year-old girl, but yeah, no, she's not. She hasn't been doing anything close to like the level of danger you guys have been encountering. Therefore, she's nowhere near. She doesn't have anywhere near as much experience as you guys.
I'll put
Both
my
in
hand on
game
her
mechanics
shoulder
terms
and I'll
and-
say, look, you've seen this guy fight, right?
She nods.
And I'll say, it wouldn't behoove you to be hit by how hard he hits, right?
I'd stay away from him. I got a bow.
Not this time. You can watch. I'll pay for your fare in the stadium.
Okay. And yeah, she kind of gives up on the idea of fighting with you guys and seems to accept that you're not going to let her do it.
I guess better you tell her than me. I'd be like, listen here, little girl. The arena's no place for a little weak thing like you.
For a little girl.
Okie dokie.
Okay.
Philippe, you enter tournament with
Yes.
us.
Of course.
There's not much to perceive.
I am an amazing fighter.
I'll lock my house up and I'm gonna do a Philippe watch.
Oh,
Keep watch while you're sleeping.
So
Yeah.
there's gonna be there's gonna be like more than one of us fighting this dude.
there's
No, it's his
No, it's
team.
gonna be our group versus his group.
Oh,
Yeah, I mean,
okay.
that's what I'm saying. From what you gathered, he occasionally will do like one-on-one fights, but nobody's been willing to do that lately. Like most people have been like, well, we want to fight with a team, so he actually has a team of his own, and he'll take on teams as well. He's got like a team of people, like
Okay.
companions he takes with him.
which I'm all for that because I don't want to sit out and watch somebody else fight. So
Yeah.
let's shoot it.
I'm also doing an asleep watch in my house.
But yeah, I tell the others that like although like the like arena gladiator lifestyle has certainly been something that Brugar has like tossed around in his head, he's trained more for fighting like actually like fighting and killing stuff like a soldier.
Yeah, he's not a performance
I'm not a
he does not
Yeah,
train in
so are all of
combat.
us.
I like the prospect of the fame from the arena.
Well, Brugar, this is all you do. You just take a -4 penalty to, and you do non-lethal damage. And oh, ta-da!
He's like, what?
just do non-lethal damage. Like here, use your weapon this way instead of this way.
Oh yeah, I've done that before. It makes it a lot trickier to hit something with.
Yeah, but you can still hit them hard if you want. Just, to a point.
I guess so.
We might need you to, because I don't really hurt things. Amber don't really hurt things. Philippe tries.
I hurt things.
Do you?
Philippe doesn't really hurt things.
I
Philippe
deal
tries.
more
Amber
DPS than
does.
Philippe does.
Yeah,
Well,
Amber,
yeah.
Amber and Kael hurt things.
Okay. Well,
I has
And Brugar.
I has 7 magic missiles per day
Oh.
or more.
Yeah.
3 of them enhanced by the robe.
Oh man. But what if a shield happens?
Well, then I'll have to hope that he fails against the spiked pit trap.
Okay, alright. Okay, maybe Brugar, maybe you don't have to hit them, but it's okay if you want to use this end of the weapon.
Alright. I guess I'll play it by ear.
Ruger should be like Jax, where he brings like a lamp post.
I could. I just wouldn't be as effective. As long as it's something that's a hammer. As long as it's
so
a hammer in some way.
do we get to the
then
next
he's
day?
good with-
Yes, you get to the next day.
Sweet.
Okay. We're gonna go sign up. And then we're gonna go visit Man Fountain.
Man Fountain.
Yeah, Man
Yes,
Fountain.
this is
our guard friend, Man Fountain, who has a gay stripper job at night.
What?
That part's may or may not actually be true.
I have no idea.
Why is this person's name Man Fountain?
That's just his name.
That's his name.
It's a ridiculous name.
Sure is.
It may
It's a
be,
wonderful
but it's still his
name.
name. So we're gonna go sign up.
So wait, what
This
order are
person
you guys
sounds
doing?
made
You finding Man Fountain first, or are you guys gonna sign up
No,
first?
Yes.
We're signing up first, finding Man Fountain second.
No. Sure.
So do you guys all go together to go sign up, or like do you guys just send like one
Yeah.
person to go do that? Or...
Sure, we can all go. It'll be
We have
great.
a whole entire
It'll
day.
be
Alright, Trissa wants to go
bonding
too. Do
experience.
you guys let Trissa come?
Oh my gosh. No.
She wants to come along too. She wants to go with you guys when you sign up. She says, I just want to come along and
I'm not babysitting the little girl.
see their place. You don't need to babysit me. I can take care of myself. She says very confidently,
And I like, ha.
but not very persuasively, probably.
You can come along, but you're not signing up.
Oh, I know. I just want to see this place. I've never been there.
Okay.
All right. So you guys all go, and you're able to find it pretty easily using the directions that you guys got. Like I said, it has like an image, it has like a little signboard outside of it.
It has the Fighters
has-
Guild image on it.
Basically, yeah. So you get in. When you go in through the door, it has like there's all sorts of like it has a very very like militant theme to it. Like there's like display cases with like really nice looking weapons and stuff all around, and there's like different kind of heraldry on the wall, and like there's the stuff like there's some artwork and it's all like depictions of like battles, like people fighting things like dragons and things like that.
Sweet.
Kind of heroic looking imagery actually.
I'm into
Ruger,
this.
It's
it's time
actually
for you
very-
to take out your claw.
It's very like fairly opulently decorated. Like it actually looks like the people running this have quite a lot of wealth,
Mm-hmm.
and it's pretty open, and you can actually see there's some people actually like kind of sparring on the other side, like in kind of one of the areas there. And when you guys come in, like a little while later, someone approaches you. Like you see, like a woman approaches you, basically, and she's wearing like combat gear herself. She's got like she's armored. She has an axe, kind of like she's got an axe, kind of like on her back, basically right now. But she's got like a sword as well, like at her on her, that she could pull out if she needed to, like in a hurry, at her
Right.
side. Like she's well armed, and you could tell that she probably is one of the people that fights here as well. But she comes up and she sees you and says, "Well, what can I do for you? You here for business?"
We'd like to sign up to challenge the armsman and his team.
Oh. And who might you people be?
Whoa, whoa, whoa! What do you
I'm
mean, you
Tiki.
people?
She's like eyeing you right now. Anybody try to like, look intimidating, I guess?
Not at all. I just
She's
walk
assessing you.
forward And I'm like, I'm Tiki.
Yeah. She's
Sure.
assessing you right now. Oh dang.
I'm I'm gonna try and do some beguiling here. I'm gonna tell
I'm
her
pretty
that,
intimidating.
of course,
Hey, Philippe probably
I'm
looks.
the finest fighter east of the Yondabakari River.
Hmm.
Just don't have my equipment with me today. Seems uncivilized to walk about the city like that.
What about
That's how
Kale?
I
Do you
walk
try
about the city.
Does Kale just kind of hang out in the background, or do you try to look imposing?
Kale's just
Okay, well, she doesn't seem terribly impressed, except maybe
What?
Philippe's
What?
intimidate roll.
Yeah.
Does
She probably thinks
need
Philippe
influence?
at least has the. She's like, well, like Philippe at least has the appearance of looking like he's formidable right now, even though.
No, he's not.
Yeah.
But there's this like
She can probably.
a 1.5 foot tall frog standing next to
Hey, frogs
Yeah, there's a
can
tiny
be
little
like hard
frog
to
down
hit.
there.
her.
Well, yeah, so she says, well, makes no difference to me, but if you think, have you seen us fight before? Are you sure
No.
you're up for this challenge?
But you've never seen me.
This is true, I haven't. But we haven't been properly challenged in quite some time. But we are looking for challengers.
What was the name of that demon that we fought that
Oh
cast
no
darkness?
don't bring that up. No.
And you can also see, on a side note, you can see that she is actually a Shawanti as well. She has like the
Oh,
tribal
okay.
tattoos
Shawanti ever.
too. Yeah, she's a Shawanti as well.
Keep them thinking you're weak. My mind tells your mind. I don't say that out loud though.
You can probably pull on my sleeve and tell me that.
Okay, yeah, if you're like, oh, that demon, I'll just say no.
Well, if you want to challenge, the armsmen, how many of you are gonna? I'm assuming you want to fight him as a team. You want to take his team on,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and how many of you are gonna fight? Is this all 6 of you?
Is there 6 of us?
No.
Yes, Trissa's with you guys. So there are 6
No.
people.
No, not all 6 of us. Not her.
All right, come with
She's
me.
just
We need to
little
talk business then. So, she come this way. She kind of like tries to lead you off to a little side room, basically.
She's
Okay.
probably not come.
I'm a
Where it's a little
sensor
bit quiet,
motive,
because right
even though
now-
I'm not very good at this.
Because right now there's like some noise because there's like sparring going on in this building, so it's kind of so.
It's not trying to poison me or anything.
Yeah, as far as you can tell, she isn't. So assuming you guys follow her, she leads you off to
Yeah,
a
we
little
follow
room
her.
off to the side there, and
Sure.
there's like a like a desk that she goes and sits behind, and a bunch of chairs and like a kind of a couch, and yeah, she says she goes over to the desk there and she pulls out some paperwork and says, "All right, we need to go over some business discussions here as well. These events are fairly expensive to run. We do make profits on it as well, though, and we are willing to share some of the profits.
Good.
But we would. So, I think since this is tomorrow's, I think we have enough of the initial investment already covered. But because you'd be risking your lives in this, regardless of the outcome, we're willing to pay you money for this.
All right,
Okay.
Burgar's. Yep, he's interested, and he's gonna negotiate some money for this service.
And so she draws out and says, if we win, we will still pay you out 300 gold pieces.
Ooh.
Oh, you're
Jeez.
part of the Armsman team, eh?
Indeed. Now, if you manage to win somehow, we will pay you out 2,000 gold.
Wait, so if we lose, we get 300?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So even if you lose, you guys are
Is
getting
this per
money.
person or total?
This is per person.
Burgar's gonna
Oh,
attempt
shit.
to negotiate that the minimum amount of gold that we get paid, even if we lose, is 500, because he's gonna convince her that they've never had a fight like they're about to. Oh, I natural 20'd it. That's a 22 because I'm negotiating a payment for a service that I provide, which is a beat.
Okay. So she seems like she is definitely considered. She says, well, what exactly are you going to provide that they haven't seen before? What are some of your
I
other
tell 'em-
feats?
Like physical feet?
I don't know. Like, what are some amazing things you can do that you think are going to be sure to draw a crowd? What are some things we can
I tell
advertise?
her that I can push a guy like 20 feet, like right now.
I can spit
Impressive.
fire and venom.
We can advertise for the venom spitting frog. That might draw a little bit of a crowd. We need something that we can work with to draw a bigger crowd. Obviously, a bigger crowd would
Pull out the crab
would
claw.
definitely make a bigger payout for you feasible.
Oh. Our one of our people fights better with one arm than with two.
What?
Go on.
I'm mention over to Kael. He lost his arm a while back, but he has a mechanical replacement. And I swear he's fought better with the mechanical one than when he had two full arms.
She kind of looks over Kale and kind of knows. Indeed, I thought it was a armored arm, but you're correct. It seems it's some sort of mechanical arm or magical constructed arm of some sort.
I don't know much about it, but that's what I heard.
Tiki looks slightly
Well.
offended that like a fire spitting frog wasn't enough.
Yeah, I believe we can increase your pay to 500 then. I think
Alright,
I think you
Burrito
make a
looks
compelling
very sad.
case.
He was thinking that he was gonna have to bull rush Philippe, like out the door to
To
convince
prove
him
a
that-
point.
And I'm gonna try and negotiate something else.
Oh.
Oh God.
Okay.
Why can't you just leave it as is?
Instead of the full 2,000 payment from my pay,
Oh,
I
God,
would like
no.
some time with
Sorry.
the armsmen. If
She kind
He
of like
wants a
raises an
date.
eyebrow.
I'm a fan.
Hmm.
You're a fan,
Well-
but you've never seen him fight?
Well, are you?
I never said that I never saw him fight.
Suspicious.
No, she didn't say that. Amber was
I
very
thought-
careful to not say that.
Okay.
I'm pretty
Sorry,
sure.
continue.
I don't remember Amber saying that. I think she asked, but nobody actually gave an answer. Like when she was like, "Have you seen us fight before?" And like nobody answered her.
And we said, no, we answered that question with our own question. Have you seen us fight before?
Yeah.
That's right. Okay. Sorry.
Yeah,
Oh,
so,
boy.
well, she says I can't speak for him, and he's not currently here at this moment. So unfortunately, I can't really give you an answer on that. But if you do manage to win, I'm sure he would be willing to speak with you.
Okay.
Now, we're going to go over some rules, assuming you don't already know them, but just to make sure we're clear on things.
Okay.
It's pretty much anything goes. You can use any sort of spells. Now you can't have somebody from outside the apart from giving you items and such. You can't have somebody from outside influencing it. You can't have somebody standing in the stands casting spells for you or something like that. But
No, of course not.
Oh,
but
we can't
you
have a
can use any
15-year-old
sorts-
shooting arrows from a sniper position.
no, absolutely not. But
Does
you
my
may
dragon get
have,
to fight?
if you have like an alchemist friend or something like that makes you potions, or if you have like an armor smith that wants to make you a new set of armor, anything like that, obviously anything like item wise brought from outside is fair game.
So
Any
once the
sorts of
battle
spells and
starts,
stuff you wanna
nobody
cast.
outside the ring can influence the fight.
Correct. We will have we have a team of wizards that we have a couple wizards that we hired to ensure that we have no interference.
Well, if anybody does, it's not
So-
our guy. I'm just gonna put that out there now.
I certainly hope that this is the case.
Yes.
We have some connections here.
And if you have,
Anybody want to sponsor us?
and yes, if you have this little, you may fight with any sorts of animals, animal companions, and
Summon?
such as well. You may summon stuff as well.
Okay.
It have to be stuff summoned during the battle, not so. No, you can't bring in an extra planar being from outside and have them like start the battle already with you.
Oh.
But if you use something to summon a some sort of being to fight for you in the middle of the battle, that's acceptable.
Hmm. And not fight to the death? What happens?
That's correct. Somebody may now. Sometimes, some of you may die, but it's not something that we are attempting. It's not a goal of ours. But it could happen incidentally, and that's
So-
a risk you'll have to accept in order to enter.
Burger feels that he's pretty durable and pretty hardy. Can't say the same for the rest of the.
Yeah,
Ow.
she says, I will let you know that you will probably need to fight as though you were trying to kill, because otherwise I'm not sure you'll stand a chance. She's pretty confident
Ha!
in herself.
You don't want to say that to me.
Get intimidating, Frog. Say that intimidating.
No, I'm not trying to intimidate. I'm trying to warn them. Don't give me
Okay,
permission to
that's
kill
different.
you.
Well, I haven't seen Tiki like explode anybody yet.
Well, no, but I can certainly make them stop breathing.
Oh,
Unless
yeah,
they
that's
want to
true.
go swimming. I don't know. There's no way that. I'll be like, quick, get them
Maybe
a
they'll have what
barrel!
Tiki. What if we get into the fight and they also have a frog?
Oh man, it's on. I need to get some water. I'll be right back.
Okay. So out of character, I'll say we're not going to actually do this fight this session. That's going to be what we begin next session with.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm guessing that you're
So-
gonna have to make these characters.
I have some of them already made,
Oh, that's
but yeah, the other ones, if I had to,
Like
if I had to, I
I'm
could.
assuming.
Yeah, if I had to, I could run it right now and use some generic stat blocks for some of the other people. But if I have another week, I can actually make a full, like, actual party for you guys to fight.
Yay. Party.
So yeah, it's the old trope of a gladiator fight because every campaign should probably have at least one, right?
Haha.
Yeah.
So
Maybe.
I'm actually kind of excited for it to run that.
I'm
so-
excited.
But yeah. Like I said, I'm really excited if you guys ever do go the other route, though. Even though I will say that the other route's probably I don't know how you guys would have dealt with it. I don't know if you guys actually have the tools yet to go.
What
ahead and
other
do
route?
That one yet. Going into the astral plane to go find the guy that, like, the smith, the armor smith or weaponsmith that
Oh, yeah.
that the Godslayer stole the block of metal from.
Yeah,
I mean, it's really
that
cool,
sounds
or at
scary.
least I think it is. I think it's really cool, but I don't know if you guys actually have the tools to handle that stuff yet. Like traveling around in the astral plane.
That sounds really scary.
Yeah. Last time Amber did it, she had a level 16 wizard or some shit with her. Like,
Hmm.
there's some ridiculously high level wizard. I don't think I've built an actual stat block for him. At least I might have found one and used it, but I don't think so. I think I just was like, yeah, he's high enough level to have that spell. He's high enough level to cast Life Bubble.
So
I have a question about a spell, Plutes.
Okay.
It's the spell called Calm Emotions.
Oh, haha.
Yes.
This
What's your
spell.
question?
So it says it has a will negates. It looks like that's only for the first part of the spell.
If they negate the first part, they negate all parts.
Yeah, it
But
says will
it
negates,
automatic.
not will partial, I think.
Okay, but it does say it automatically suppresses, but not dispel any bonuses granted by spells such as Bless, Good Hope, Rage, and negates Bard's Inspire Courage and Barbarian's Rage ability.
Yeah.
Right, that's still gonna be if you
That's
fail
part
the
of the
will
will
save.
part?
Yep, that's part of the will
Okay.
save, I'm pretty sure. I can double check for you though, I suppose. Like maybe there's a different ruling on
Okay.
that, but I'm pretty sure that's how it's gonna be ruled.
Alright, Brugar. We should go to the bar and drive a crowd to the show tomorrow.
Yeah. Yeah, let's do it. I'm down. We go tell stories.
I might also be considering buying a 5th level scroll.
You can use a scroll in battle.
Yep, you can. That's
I know,
that's what she
but-
said. You can bring any items you bring, you can use them in battle.
I would not use a precious round for a scroll.
But waves of fatigue against barbarians!
But using scrolls in battle is not like using wands in battle. So as long as you can get interrupted for using those, it provokes. If you can cast it, it's better. But yeah, using a scroll in battle in my eyes has always been a terrible idea. But it's like a last ditch effort because nothing else. I don't know. I don't know. It's up to you, but that's just yeah. I don't know how big the arena is. There's gonna be a team. You might not. I don't think you can concentrate to use scrolls. I think it just provokes according to the attack chart.
I know that's how it works with wands. I think scrolls might be the same though.
Wands don't provoke at all.
Well, yeah, but I mean,
But reading a
yeah,
scroll
either
does.
one of those you don't have to make a. Right, I don't think either. I'm saying is I don't think either of them need a concentration check though.
Well, yeah.
Maybe scrolls do.
Yeah. I don't know. It might say in the scroll section.
It says it provokes attacks of opportunity exactly as spellcasting does.
Oh, okay, in that case
So
you
you
could do a
should
cast
use-
defensively with it still.
But you'd be using the caster level of the scroll?
That's correct. Yep.
No. Oh, really?
Yeah, because
The scroll uses the caster level of the scroll. That's the whole problem why you guys couldn't teleport to Magdor. Oh,
Okay.
you mean for your concentration check? I think the concentration.
Yeah, for the concentration check.
I think
maybe
that
that's
might still be your own
unique,
concentration.
Your own concentration.
Let's see. Reading it, character must be able to see and read. Has no material components or focus, obviously.
But I mean,
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. If you did defensively, you would just use that case. You would use your own concentration, like, yeah, your own check. But yeah, when you actually get it off, of course, it still works like it, whatever is on the scroll. But
yeah. Well, I mean, in that case, then it's not so bad. But it's up to you, Amber.
Oh, I just think it might be worth the investment.
For I don't know. For this, how much is that scroll gonna cost you? How much are we getting rewarded?
It's gonna cost about half of the reward, but
and you guys basically have 2 days because it's going to be in the evening. The fight's in the evening, so you have this whole
Right.
day because you guys did this in the morning, and then you have another day the next after that. So. And she'll actually also tell you. She'll give you another thing. She says if you guys manage to draw a even bigger crowd than she's expecting, then it might actually increase. You guys might get paid a little bit extra on top of that if there's extra profits than what they're anticipating.
Then Brugar and me will spend time in the bars and
Yeah, that's an incentive for you guys
Draw.
to do that.
yeah.
Go and spread the word. See if you can get even more people interested in it.
We'll advertise ourselves as, I don't know.
Great warriors from the east
Sure.
have
Tiki's not good with words.
come to take
She's just like, we're
to
strong.
take down the to take down these I don't know. All right, anything else you guys want to do? I mean, like I said, we're gonna probably wrap this session up real soon, but if there's any other thing else you want to do before we call it a night, I guess. Anything else you want to ask me about?
I don't know.
I didn't have anything.
I'm pretty tired.
That's fine. Well, we'll just keep in mind. We'll just probably end it here then, and keep in mind you have 2 days of prep you guys can do. So if you guys can think about that over the next 2 weeks, and let me know before. You can either message me about it, or you can just tell me at the beginning of next session, like, okay, I bought this, and I went and whatever.
Well, I'd
Whatever
have to
else
have
you wanna
gold
do.
to buy things.
Or maybe you want to do some research during those 2 days about who you were fighting. That might be something worth doing.
Yeah,
Like,
that's a good idea.
who does he normally have on his team? Might be something useful. You already know one person on the team. There's a token for her, by the way. Actually, that's one of the things I uploaded. Let me see if I can pull her token out for you guys.
She looked martial, right? She was wearing armor and stuff.
Yes,
Oh yes, very
Yeah.
martial.
that's her.
Okay.
She had like an axe and like a great axe and like a couple swords and like so she was definitely martial. And she was wearing
Yeah, that's what I was gonna go talk to Man Fountain about.
yeah, he might know. He probably knows some information. So
And maybe also Grabaris. I have him in my notes, so maybe we know him.
you have met Grabaris. He mostly
He sent
doesn't
us out
talk
to
you
find
guys.
this Elotian speaker.
Yes, yeah, he mostly didn't like talk to you directly too much, but like you have actually met him in person before.
Okay, so maybe not talk to him, but we'll talk to Man Fountain. Maybe Trisha knows some of the
Like, I
other
think
people
he-
in their party.
Yeah, I think he actually did talk to you guys directly before you guys left because he paid for your guys' trip
Our
to
boat.
Corvosa.
Oh,
Yeah, he paid for
Yeah.
your guys' boat ride. So that was like part of one of the things he did as like a reward because you guys were like, well, we want to go help like find you guys want to go find Kael basically, and he was like, well, you guys helped me out a lot with rescuing my tax collector and killing those hags that were responsible for us not getting taxes in Marshfen. And so yeah, that was kind of one of the things he did. He's like, well, I can pay for you guys' boat ride out there then. In addition, I mean, he also paid you like normal money too, but so yeah, that was one of the things. So yeah, you guys have met him before. So let's say I should probably give you guys some of the information about who you guys would expect. So yeah, Man Fountain's probably happy to see you now that you go and find him. He maybe says like, man, I kind of wish you guys were here like a couple weeks ago, but I mean we were able to solve it ourselves. So we had like a really weird case involving some gargoyles, but we were able to get someone else to handle it.
Argu?
No,
No.
some dwarves.
I know what he's talking about.
Like I wish we ended up finding someone else to handle it though, fortunately. But yeah, but I mean yeah, he would tell you that from what he knows that the two like kind of like leaders of it are the armsman himself, a man known as Hawashte, and a woman named Asda, or Azza actually. It's hard to say it, but I should just change her name
Put
on
it
the
in
fly so
chat.
it's something easier to say.
And modify it so that it's easier to say.
Azza.
Just
Asda.
get rid of the Z. Just call it
Asda.
Asda. Yeah,
There
Sure.
we go.
or ASDA. Asda.
Asda.
I'm using like a list of Shawanti names and picked one, but apparently I picked poorly. But we'll say it's Asda instead. Yeah, he also says usually they have a cleric as well, who's also pretty martially oriented as well, but has a lot of like support spells that he backs him up with, and that they have a illusionist sorcerer as well.
Uh-oh. We're gonna have illusionist sorcery against illusionist sorcery.
Oh,
And he says those four are the primary, like inner circle, I guess. They have some other people that are kind of more like their journeymen, I guess. Like he takes on, like him and his close companions there. They take on like upstarts as well, and kind of like teach them as well sometimes. And sometimes they'll, if they have like a larger group, because they'll take challenging teams of up to like the largest they've faced was 8 people, and they fielded a whole team. There was those four, and then they had like some like kind of lesser known people that he couldn't really tell you who they would be exactly. But those four, he says, if you guys are fighting them with 5 people, it'll probably be those four plus one extra person.
Okay.
So it's kind of the wild card. You don't know who the at least from talking to him, you won't know who the 5th person's going to be. But you know he's pretty confident that you'll probably see those four unless something drastically changes.
Oh, like one of them accidentally takes a crowbar to the kneecap or something.
I mean, maybe, but
What a tragedy.
Yeah.
I mean, it's possible. Maybe one doesn't show up because he's drunk or something like that. But I don't think any of them do that,
Oh,
really.
that's our mission, Bruder.
Go
Get him
find one.
Let's go find
Go
one
find
of
like
these
the
guys.
sorcerer and get him
Give him a
drunk so he
hangover,
isn't there. So you'll
Yeah.
have to deal with the sorcerer. So yeah, that'll kind of use that to help guide your prep work, I guess. Like, I know it's not a whole lot there to go on, but you know you'll be facing one for sure is a Blood Rager. You don't know for sure what Asda is, but she is she's some sort of martial character.
All I can
So
say
you
is
hear
I
from
can't
him that
change
you
what
think
I
that
can
she
do,
is
so,
also
yeah.
she seems to also get into like a rage of some sort or some sort of battle trance, but you don't think that he says I don't think she has the same sort of like magical abilities as Hawashite does. So she might just be a
Right.
normal barbarian. And then
Party
you
seems
have
scary, but we might be able
cleric.
to figure something out.
He says the cleric worships Gorham.
I should get a
Did you
potion.
take my
No, it's not your.
cleric?
It's not your cleric. It's that would be funny though. I got throw just like that dwarven cleric of Gorham in there, but no, it's he's not a dwarf.
That would be
He's a
really
half.
funny and really fitting.
He's actually a half orc, is what you hear.
Oh, okay.
I should.
That would. I guess it would be. Maybe I should retcon and just make it your dwarf.
Oh man, no. I should get a potion of fly.
No, it's gonna be the half orc.
So that I can
And
start to fly.
the sorcerer is a gnomish sorcerer
Uh-oh.
Oh, of course.
that specializes in illusion.
Yeah, I wouldn't expect anything
Yes.
less from a gnomish sorcerer.
Yeah. So he's kind of scary in his own right. I've seen him do things.
Okay, well.
And yep, I'm gonna be right back and use the restroom, but that's pretty much gonna be in a session anyway. So
I think that's the fun part about being like a non-prepared caster is I'm like, well, I can't change anything I can do, so when do we start?
There's so many level 5 spells I want for this fight.
Oh my gosh. What you should do is like lower somebody's saves so that I can forbid them to do things. So like the caster, if you can get his saves down, I can forbid him to cast and focus on that.
Well, if I do buy Waves of Fatigue and I manage to get it off,
Oh, okay, yeah, that's up to you.
then that will lower people's saves, right?
Yeah.
Or no, it
Well,
won't.
Fatigue does. Well,
No, it doesn't. It's just -2 to strength and dex.
other than that, I'm like lowering their con and dazing them with the stars. I can
Was
keep them
this
from
a
going
zero
invisible.
experience session?
Yeah, it happens.
Maybe.
We didn't do anything
Well, yeah, we
like
did.
significant. We all, I mean, like XP wise,
We're building.
like we didn't solve anything or make good milestones or fight anything.
We are making milestones.
All right,
we
I'm back.
Found the dude.
Pluto 0 XP.
Oh.
Yeah.
No, I'll give you 1,000 XP.
Oh, okay.
You guys found Hawash Day, so I mean that.
Oh, that's
wasn't
true. I
nothing.
forgot about that.
You guys actually had no idea before the session where he was, so.
I was just thinking about like we didn't do any quest things, but no, you're right.
No,
That
you
was the
guys
thing.
did. It was a little different because it didn't involve skill checks or combat. It was just
Asking the right
questioning.
questions
It was
and
mostly
getting
just
lucky.
asking the right questions. Yeah.
So
I
we're
mean,
at
you guys haven't-
45,000.
I'm at 45.
I think you guys are still like 4,000
Yes,
away from leveling up
45,000.
about.
We're 5,000 from leveling up.
Okay. You guys probably will get
Exactly.
there
Let's
after
go find
this next
5
session.
more people. And then
Over the next 2 days, I want to get 5,000 experience.
By the
before
way,
fight.
everybody's still here. Ron, Zerdurian.
No, Ron's
Yeah.
gone.
I'm here.
Oh, he was out of the game.
If you guys didn't notice, you guys are leveling up before my next session, so before next Thursday.
It'll be level
Yeah, I was
9.
really hoping that wasn't this today, because I wasn't ready.
No, we
But yeah, I'll do it.
Madison and I agreed to just swap there basically since he ran last week.
Can you guys agree that we should level up on consecutive weeks forever?
No.
Yeah.
I played a
I
game
don't like
where we
having
did
to
that.
think who's
You're
what
so
level.
greedy, Zerdurian.
No, I think my game's gonna
Why are you
get
so greedy for a bigger number?
faster paced than Pluto's here soon.
The grass
I don't
is always
think I'm
greener
greedy,
on the
I
other
was
side,
just-
isn't it?
I was just saying because it's easy to remember what level I am when it's the same.
Oh,
Yeah.
BS. I don't fall for your shenanigans.
I mean, I'm not even sure what the.
I mean, I think it's
going to
happen anyways, just because
before...
next session we're probably gonna level up. In
Yeah,
Pluto's
you'll
game,
level
and
up.
we're leveling up next session in Mantis's game.
You'll probably level up after this next session that's coming up, like after.
Just because we're
fighting.
gonna do like fighting the whole time.
Well, you'll start out with a big fight, basically. Like that's, it's. I kind of had a feeling you guys were gonna go that route. I wasn't 100% sure because you didn't have to necessarily. You guys could have just been
Yeah.
like, we don't want to fight. Let's just go because you guys know where he's at. You could theoretically just be like, we're gonna go hunt that guy down and.
We could have been like on
maybe
the
If I was you,
Stormwall
Pluto,
Plateau
I would
on
not have
Circle.
expected us to fight it. If I was you, I would have expected us to hunt him down and like outside the arena.
I thought there was a good chance that you might, and I was prepared for either one. So
I was surprised that Amber of all people was the one that was like, "Yes,
it's like,
we want
let's
to
go
compete."
fight it.
Yeah, that I thought.
I almost
okay,
wonder if she was doing
Brugar
that just
or
because she's like,
Kale,
Brugar's
maybe.
been sulking, and she's like, I need to make Brugar feel better. Brugar, we're gonna go fight. He's like,
Yeah.
all
Or
right.
she's
Yeah,
just
yeah.
like,
Better
this is
now.
the
Here's
this is the best way to
Ruger
get
was
through
like
these kinds
super
of people.
slow on the uptake too.
He's like, wait, what? We're gonna do
What?
what now? We're gonna go fight in a gladiator fight, and he's like, okay.
He's like, I
He
don't
ain't
know
about that
about
life."
this. I don't know about this fighting business. We've been doing so much not fighting, I've been getting used to it.
Well, I think he
Yeah,
likes
man.
fighting the creatures and things, not necessarily just like random people. Because is it a great
Yeah, it
story to be like,
depends.
yeah, I fought in an arena, but if it's I fought against the undefeated
Do you know Brugar
team
at all?
and we had amazing feats. What?
Everybody should know about Brugar.
I said, do you know Brugar at all?
Yeah, no, I heard what you said. I just don't understand the question. Like, why are you asking me that?
All Brugar wants to do is fight. And
Right, but he
No,
wants
he
to
also
fight that he
wants
can
to-
tell tales about.
Yeah, he is known for the.
I mean,
What he
in
does.
some ways, this could actually end up
He
being
doesn't want to just
what
like
you
brawl
want,
random
because
people.
this is a big fight in front of a huge audience, and
yeah.
that like you probably will be famous in Magnemar if you beat these guys.
Well, hopefully elsewhere too, because
Yeah.
we're talking about it in bars and
So
stores.
you would also hear, so like if you talk to Man Fountain about it, he would actually say like they've only he'd say this Hawashite guy kind of only really came to prominence here within like the last like 4 or 5 months. And he says he thinks he's been here longer than that, but it wasn't until like recently that he kind of started this whole like thing where he's kind of running like a business almost now. Like he actually organizes a lot of the events, because before he remembers he'd sometimes see him in like other people's like things that they're running. Like other
Pluto, do we
people's
know anything about
fighting.
casting spells before entering the arena?
Yeah, you're fine to cast spells before entering the arena as well.
Are we given a
Okay.
certain amount of time?
You're just allowed to cast spells before you enter the arena, like
Anything you want?
anything you want before you go in. Yeah, it just you have to make sure that the duration's still there, but so yeah, you can go in and be like, I have heroism already cast, and that's fine.
So minutes.
Now keep
per
in mind,
level
they're gonna do
probably
the same
work
thing.
out. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
minutes per
understand.
level stuff will probably be fine too. But yeah, they'll probably do the same thing. They're gonna be all pre-buffed too, so.
Mm-hmm.
They might not be
I'll
pre-raged.
pull my mirror
though.
out.
Come out
Maybe
with
they
our
will be
already
pre-raged. Who knows?
Maybe.
Huh.
Now, she would also tell you there will be a little bit of time. They probably won't be, because she'll tell you there's going to be a little bit of time where you guys will come out and they'll kind of have like an announcer, basically, like a hype man, basically.
Yeah, but it's probably not going to be 8 minutes long, is it?
No, but
Okay.
still, there's going to be a time where you guys come out and you got to stand there while he talks for like a little while.
As long as I get 10 rounds out of one of those spells, I think that's all you really need. Maybe 20.
So I'm also going to try to brush up on the performance, like combat rules again too, because
Yeah, I was
I've
thinking
actually
that
used
those
them.
might be something we're using, and I was like, huh, man, I wish I had some of those combat performance feats.
Basically, just look at it this way, Pluto. Make like a chart where if the crowd's neutral, okay, and then if we appease them by checks or do something
Yeah.
cool, we get morale bonuses that you apply to all our rolls.
Yep.
Or, whatever. That's basically all it really is. Performance checks
Yeah,
are a whole different story.
I've fought with it before, so I remember it. I'll just have to like brush up on so I'm not sitting there like. What I really should do is I should just print it out, like
Don't get well. I
fucking
mean, if
stick it
you
on the
want
wall
to.
behind my computer.
Yeah,
Just have like a little table or whatever.
don't get too deep
I don't wanna
into
get-
it because a lot of that stuff is for
right.
performance feats, and we don't have performance feats. So
Right. I mean,
That's what you think.
I'm just saying that's what I want to make sure I kind of know it, because I don't want it to like bog down the fight and get like wrapped up in it. I want to just have it be like a
Yeah.
thing that's. I mean, if I don't end up getting to it, I'm just gonna basically ignore it probably, because none of our characters are built for that. Well, none of your guys' are at least.
right.
Maybe the NPCs
Ooh.
are. Maybe the NPCs are built for it.
I mean,
I
I don't know what I'm supposed to do in this fight, Pluto.
fight. We're trying
Good
to
question. What are
win.
you supposed to do in this fight?
Well, like, for example, if they're like flying around, I'm screwed.
We don't know if they're gonna fly.
They may be, they may not be.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna hold my mirror and try and attract hits, I guess.
Do you not have a ranged weapon?
I could buy one, it's just I'm not going to hit with it.
Okay. Well, then buy a potion.
You have
of
used magic
fly.
device?
I
He doesn't even need
do,
that.
I
He could just
think
buy
I've
a
used magic
potion of
device.
fly in a bottle and drink it.
Well, yeah, you could do that if you needed to fly. But the other thing you could do is, like, if, for example, if you and Amber wanted to get wands or scrolls and things like that, you can use those even though you can't normally cast spells, you can do it with a use magic device, especially for like lower level stuff. So you could do that for like utility stuff.
It's a charisma-based skill.
Right. but,
Yeah, my charisma's not great, but
You have to have
but you're at the
ranks
point
in
where
it
like
in
your
order to
ranks
use it.
and having to be a class skill can make up for it.
Yeah.
What level spell
It's
is
something
this?
always. It's a good idea to have in general on anybody, really. But
If you had something that could make
Darn
a
it.
fog cloud or something, you could use that if they have ranged
If
attackers.
only I had
If
some
only.
device I could blow into, and it would
Create a little
generate a
fog
fog cloud.
Yeah, that'd be really
Oh
useful.
man,
Mm.
darn! If only such an item existed, and the GM gave me access to such a wonderful device.
Well, maybe you can rally the
Yeah.
crowd and keep their morale up for us then.
If only the players weren't dumb. No.
I mean, theoretically,
Well-
you guys could have just been like, we only want. So that was actually a thing too. Trissa thing was a trap because I was gonna see if you guys were gonna do it. You guys would have like this super
And
low
then we
level
had to
rogue,
fight 6.
and then you have to fight an extra person.
No,
I mean,
the
that
answer
probably
I
was
could've
mean,
worked.
no.
their team is
That would've probably
optimized
been
for
super
fighting,
obvious.
and ours isn't. So I'm already like slightly.
Some of you
nervous.
guys have optimization. Like Brugar's a real well optimized fighting character.
Yeah, but like all of their
Kale's
characters
pretty well
sounds like
optimized
it's
fighting
something you
character.
would throw in a gladiator arena. Then look, our team.
I mean, honestly, yeah, your whole team is mostly pretty good except for combat, except for Philippe.
Mhm.
Like honestly, Philippe's still the only character he's not really all that useful in combat. He still can do stuff. Like he can pass crits.
I was thinking
still.
about like not
Yeah, passing
inviting
crits would
him,
be
but that
great,
would be
but all-
really
if I
bad
could
for
crit.
Zagurium.
Doing what now?
About not inviting me to the fight.
Participate in
Oh,
the
yeah.
fight.
Yeah, that's the thing too, though. Is like, what does Zadurium do for that session then? So
I mean, like, I can kind of see it, but at the same time, like, it's useful to know, maybe some things about what's going on. Like, if they summon something and you need to know what it does,
mhm.
Or the thing about passing crits. I mean, and the mirror, like, dodging attacks. Yeah, okay, could I give it to someone else and have them use it? Sure. But
Yeah, you can provide a flank for somebody to get a +2 bonus or something.
So the
like that,
thing is,
too.
we might be facing somebody who... We might either be facing a sorcerer who has greater invisibility, or does what I do but better.
if
I
only
can
you had
keep
someone
them
who was
from
really
being
perceptive
invisible,
to
though.
find them when they're invisible.
I have fairy fire, and I can throw that on them.
I gotta go though. I'm gonna play some other games.
Okay.
So I will see
Yeah, it's
you
gonna be-
guys later.
It's gonna be interesting. You guys, like I said, you have
Yeah,
some
I'm
time
excited
to
for
prep for it, though.
Yeah.
Alright.
Okay.
Bye.
Later.
Can you get scrolls at higher DC for more price?
Scrolls have a limit. You can't make scrolls after a certain point.
No, you can get
What?
scrolls up to. They don't.
You can get
potions
scrolls
have a
up to
limit.
9th level.
Yeah, it's
Making
potions that
your
have a
own
limit.
scrolls, though, like. Well, I guess buying one you can find maybe.
No, you
some.
can
No,
buy them,
I'm,
they're
I'm
just more
asking about
expensive.
buying one.
Yeah,
You have to find
you can. They're just
in
more
Magna-
expensive. Yeah, Magnamar you probably could find most. Like you can probably find most any scroll that you would be able to use at least.